Tonight's show and topic of discussion do not necessarily reflect the opinion of Spaced Out Radio, SOR Media, or its hosts. Listener discretion is advised. Here at Spaced Out Radio, we are about to take you higher. Broadcasting from the Rocky Mountains of Colorado to you listening around the world. Welcome to Spaced Out Saturdays on Spaced Out Radio. You can follow Tessa on our Facebook page at Spaced Out Radio, on Twitter at TessaTNT, and you can subscribe to her YouTube channel. Go to youtube.com/Spaced Out Radio for our archives. Now broadcasting from our Mile High Radio Clubhouse on Spaced Out Saturdays with your host, Tessa Nicole Thomas.
Good evening, space travelers. Secure your tinfoil hats, buckle down tight, and hold on loosely as we soar over the rocky tops of the La Platas on a rocky mountain high. Get sucked into the vortex of the Four Corners and settle down snugly at mile marker 419.9 in colorful Colorado. It is Sunday, June 22nd, Monday, June 23rd for those of you on the East Coast and beyond, and this is Spaced Out Radio. Hope you guys are having a rockin' weekend, an awesome day, and an even better evening. I am your host, Tessa TNT, and I am live tonight broadcasting from beautiful Bayfield, Colorado. We are 150,000 strong nightly on Spaced Out Radio Network, spacedoutradio.com, Spreaker, Paranormal Radio, TalkStream Live, 99.1 FM, WQEE in Noonan, Georgia, home of The Walking Dead, 107.7 UPRN in New Orleans, Louisiana, 93.7 KZFX TuneIn Radio, 1030 AM KDune Radio, as well as Revolution Radio, which you can find at revolutionradio.com. Don't forget to head to our website, spacedoutradio.com, where you can peruse the Spaced Out Radio store and read the Encounter Online, dealing with everything strange, paranormal, and odd. So tonight, I have a treat for all my guys and gals out there. Tonight, we have Psychic Chris Garcia on. Chris Garcia is a psychic medium, empath, clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient, who also has the ability to see auras and has experience with remote viewing. He has had these God-given gifts since the young age of 5. Chris loves helping people and sensitive children with their gifts as well. He is a tarot card reader and a ghost hunting and paranormal enthusiast. He is also a shaman healer and very into his native heritage. Hey, Chris, welcome and thanks so much for joining us on the show tonight.
Thank you, Tessa. This is the first time on a Saturday.
Yeah, it should be awesome. I think we did a Saturday once before, but I could be mistaken. And it's cool to have you on a Saturday to see how many different callers we get in because, you know, people aren't getting ready for the work week, so that should be pretty awesome.
Yeah, tonight's going to be a little different because, you know, if I recall, I probably could have been on a Saturday show, but I don't recall. I have to probably go back from when I first, you know, we first found each other. But if I can recall right now, I don't remember ever being on the Saturday show, but maybe you can look at it later, maybe in the after show, and you can verify that. And if not, then this is going to be kind of interesting because you never know who's going to call. You really never do.
Yeah, I'm excited to see who we get in here, you know. So what's been going on in your life since last time we talked?
Well, you know, I'm still doing like readings offline, and I just barely got on Facebook Live like maybe 2 days ago because, you know, there was just a lot of emotional things that I was going through, and I'm slowly coming back. I did a reading for a lady or another psychic that said she's kind of known, but I guess she was on my Facebook, but we never really talked until like I read her and I made her cry and I connected and she was like, oh my God. So I did pretty good on that one. I think I saved it, and then I did another reading maybe yesterday or the day before. So it's been kind of like getting in the groove again. I'm coming on Facebook Live and just keeping myself busy, occupied, so I won't get like these thoughts in my head. And you know what I'm talking about. But other than that, I've been doing pretty good. The t-shirts has been kind of picking up. I'm actually behind. I actually have to order 6 t-shirts, Tessa. I'm like really behind because it's been just like, I needed time for myself to recuperate, and it's been kind of slow, but I can catch up. It's just that there is like 6 people that I need to get t-shirts, so I need to get back on that. But I've been just taking it slow, taking one step at a time, because no one's going to take care of me but me. So I said, you know what, let me just start doing it slowly but surely. And like you got a t-shirt and other people do, but for everybody else, they're going to have to wait, because I've been just slowly getting in the groove again. So, but other than that, I've been doing good and still doing. And then I did a live with a group chat on Facebook, and they didn't even know who I was, and they said I did pretty good with this missing persons case. It's a girl, but she's been missing for a long time already. So they interviewed me, and that went pretty well. And a lot of people have been following me since that interview on the group page. So it's been just picking up more people finding out about me and stuff like that. So it's been kind of interesting.
I'm like, because you're out of t-shirts, and I was just on my Facebook Live and telling people, and if you want a t-shirt from Chris, just get a hold of him and let him know. So you might be ordering some more t-shirts.
But it's okay. I'll catch up. It's just that, I needed time for myself, because you already knew what I was going through. Nikki said it. Everybody said, you'll be fine. It's just, you just got to do it in time and just keep yourself busy. And that's what I've been doing, just taking it kind of easy. So I've been just slowly getting back into the readings on live, because I hadn't been on live. I didn't get on until maybe like the end of May, maybe. And then now we're in June, so I've been just doing like a few readings here and there, but not staying too long because I get tired and stuff. So I just need time for more for myself. And everybody that's been following me, they're like, yeah, you need time for yourself. You're always looking out for others, and you're not thinking of yourself. And now it's time to think of Chris. So that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, and you're right, because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't really take care of anyone else. So good on you for doing that.
Yeah, and it's been kind of interesting, but it's just amazing that I get a chance to, to think of myself for the first time, because I always, even in my family, I always put my cousins first, and I never ever put me first. And for the first time, I'm actually doing it, and it feels kind of weird. I guess it's because I'm always like a server, serve others and help others, but I never thought of myself. I always put myself last, and now I'm actually doing it, so it feels kind of different. But since I've noticed this, I can tell you something, Tessa. I've been very well rested since I've been doing this. I'm very well rested. So.
Well, that's good, and I know you said you were resting before the show, so your batteries are recharged and you're ready to do some readings. And just for our listeners out there, if you'd like to call in and get your free reading, the number is 1-970-335-9596. That's 1-970-335-9596. So I heard you guys are also having a birthday party for one of your relatives that turned 21. You got to tell her happy birthday for us.
I know, I'll tell her, and she's probably resting too, because she got tired because she was swimming a lot. So everybody was just probably more or less right now. Everybody's kind of like probably settling down, and now the adults were probably in the pool. I don't know. I haven't gone outside to go check, but even if I did, you probably wouldn't be able to hear me, because that's how bad the music is right now. So everybody's, like all the little kids, are probably just resting right now. So getting ready for bed while the adults drink for her, I guess, whatever they're doing out there. But I'll tell her y'all said happy birthday.
Awesome. So anything else new going on in your life? You said that the missing persons case was going pretty good. What kind of advancements have you made on that?
We have had leads and everybody's picking up the same stuff. We already know, and I'm actually going to say this on the air, and I don't care. I told them that there was a male and female involved, and you'll never guess. It's more like family that did this. I think it's like the stepmoms, and I told them that they were involved, and a lot of people have that conspiracy theory that they think that the family is involved. So everybody is getting a cut in this. They're getting a cut of why she disappeared, and people started having suspects as like the mom and dad, and then the people that were in the, I don't know if it's a shelter, I don't know what you call it, but it was like a foster home. And there's been a lot of stories about this foster home still in business, and I'm going to actually tell you where it's located. It's in South Dakota, and people have said, like, how do these people stay open? Because there's been another kid, like after she disappeared, another teenage girl or young girl disappeared, and that's two girls from the same location. So there's something going on with the owners or the janitors or whoever's working there. They're in on it. There's something more to it, but I'm not going to discuss more into that. But it's just that I'm even upset, and I'm not even from South Dakota, but the thing is, how can they stay in business, you know? And then when you really think of South Dakota, I don't know how far their location is from the reservations. So it's making South Dakota look bad because that comes from, you know, an Indian culture. You know, that's one of the states where there's reservations. So I don't know how the people in the native industry feel about that. It's just very it's sad. It really is.
Definitely very sad when anyone goes missing, but especially kids. So we do have a caller from area code 606. Who are we talking to?
Melissa.
Hi, Melissa. How's it going?
Good, thanks.
So did you have a question for Chris?
I was just hoping to see what may come through.
Is there anything that you want me to focus on, or you just want me to do a general reading for you?
Just general.
Honestly, I think for you calling in, I just feel like you're in a point of direction. You want to know where you're headed because you feel like things are not going in your favor. It's been kind of just bumpy. And I'm seeing something to do with like almost like a move or thought about moving. That has crossed your mind, but you're like, I don't know if I should leave, if there's anything for me. And then as far as the relationship status, I don't know. You don't have to tell me anything, but I'm sensing that every person that you come across, you tend to scare away, I guess, because you're very direct. And the men just they find you very intimidating. If that makes sense. So that kind of, and then as far as besides that, your work, I'm hearing like unemployment, but for some reason they're telling me to maybe try to apply for unemployment until you can get a job. And if you are working, I think you're not satisfied with what you're getting paid for. I'm being told that you're worth more than what you give yourself credit. And then there is also something about natural gifts that you have too. Like I get and I get empathic, and then I get kind of like clairaudience. You hear things. So yeah.
What do you mean?
Like you hear voices and you hear things that other people can't pick up. It's like you have a very super. It's like oh my God, I'm actually going to say a phrase. You have a very high spider sense to you. You're high in spider senses. Your senses are very, very high. And I don't know if you noticed that, but they're very high when it comes to looking at a person. You can just tell if they're bad or good, or so.
Yeah, oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, so, but that's what I'm getting. But I hope it makes sense with the other part of the reading. But that's what I picked up off of you, and I've never read you. You know, I think for me, I don't know if you've ever heard of, the show with Tessa, but this is actually the first time for me being on a Saturday show. I'm usually on Sundays, but that's it again.
I had never heard of it.
Oh wow! Well, thank you for listening. And if you ever want to get a hold of me, I don't know if you want my number or if you have any other questions. I can give you my number if you want, or you can hear the rest of the show, and then I'll give you at the end of the show. You get my phone number, and if you need to contact me, you can do that. Or if you're on Facebook with
your number.
Tessa, okay. Well, then the number is 210.
Okay.
974.
Okay.
3470 3470.
Okay.
And my name's Chris.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, and you have a blessed night.
Thanks so much for calling, and it was great hearing from you.
I know. And this is kind of interesting because you know what, the energy from Sunday to Saturday, it seems more, I don't know why, it just seems I'm getting like a very, not heaviness, or like, I usually don't get heaviness on your show or anything like that, but the energy feels different from Sunday to Saturday. I guess it's because it's more, people are more laid back, people can listen to the show, and on Sunday they have to be like, oh, I gotta go to bed, I gotta go to work, and more it's like they're unwinding and, and just enjoying the day. So it feels kind of different being on a Saturday show.
Yeah, I just thought we should try it because we haven't tried it before, and that would give you more of an opening to have more people call in, which we never really have a shortage of callers, but for sure, definitely good to try new things.
Yeah, and it was good, too, that you did that because, you never know who might call in or people might be listening, new people, new listeners. So it's been pretty good. And then another thing, too, I'm still waiting on my friend. I haven't heard from him. I don't know, the T-shirt's supposed to be on Netflix sometime this month or next month. I don't really know for sure. That's still official, but he said it was. Then I'm also getting predictions from friends that they see me on TV next month. So I don't know how that's going to happen. I haven't got contacted by any producers or any local TV stations, but I'm keeping my eyes open and stuff like that. So I've been looking at that too because I like to give people validations, and when I do readings for them, they always give me validation. So this would be something different for someone to, for me to give them validation, always instead of me giving me validation. So it's always good to give people validation if they're right on track. So.
Well, we have a caller now from area code 414. Who are we talking to?
Hello, this is Jessica from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hi, Chris.
Hi, Jessica. She's a good friend of mine. She's like a listener from another radio show, Tessa. This is Tessa. Tessa, meet Jessica. This is a good friend of mine.
Hi, Jessica.
So, okay, I just got home from a long day. It's a good day, but it came out to a interesting day. And I have these winter boots. One of them is like a doorstop for I use. And yesterday I noticed there was a different change of energy in my house, and I went and now all of a sudden my boots are like spread out differently out of the room, and I'm like, okay, who's here? Who's trying to get me my attention. So
Honestly,
what are you picking up?
well, I'm going to tell you right now, this is actually a first, and I'm actually getting chills all over. I'm getting told that it's a new spirit roaming your house, and it has to do with the local area. He's asking for some guidance, and I guess he knows that you can hear and listen. So I'm being told that it's like for some reason, it's like a younger, I want to say a younger child or maybe an adult. He seems like a younger child. He gives that impression, but he's probably an adult, but he acts like a child. And I'm being told that with his energy, he seems kind of like I get kind of anxiety. He's very anxious, but he doesn't know how to communicate. He's trying everything he can to get a hold of you. Almost like tugging on the bed or tugging on your shirt. And then the energy doesn't feel like family to you. That's what they're telling me. The energy does not feel like family. It's like a total new spirit. So I'm being told that he could possibly also need guidance. But I'm going to tell you something, Jessica. He might be a new guide for you as well. Once you help them, he might not leave you. So he's going to probably be one of your angel protectors is what I'm getting from that. And now, if you feel anything beyond him that seems heavy and it seems like hard to breathe, like when you walk in the room, it seems like almost like a stab or in the heart, or it seems like doesn't seem angelic, then I'm being told to tell you to smudge your apartment or your house, and you need to probably to put prayer into your home and your sacred space, because there might be some spirits that are just going to be coming to pay a visit for you. So so that's what I'm being told, that you're going to be more of you're a receptive person. You're going to be doing that, but are you there?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I got. That you're going to be doing you're going to be like almost like a person that's going to start relaying messages to other people. So this might be just the start of communicating, and you will come across who you need to tell that's in your house. Because I feel like this person that you're going to meet or someone you're going to be talking to is going to be wanting to talk to somebody, but they didn't know how. So this person that's in your home needs to get a hold of them, but you're going to come across the person that you're going to relay the message to.
Okay, so like it's not a heavy spirit or anything. It's not like sadness. It's just like it's just a different energy. Like it's not my normal everyday. Like I could tell who's who or what. It's just like it's just a different energy. And then like the whole boots thing, it was just like, okay, now who's trying to get my attention?
Honestly, when I told you that this person seemed like a child but acts like an adult, but I'm getting that this could be a child too. It could be very much a child, but has like a human, like an adult energy. So I want to say, if anything, hold on. I want to say for some reason I got 10 or 11, so it's like a young child, and I want to say it's a boy. And he seemed very lonely, so I'm thinking that he's probably going to be your companion to relay the message that you need to come across, like maybe a lost son or a lost nephew. And then at the same time, he's going to be your protector, and it almost seems like he's going to be like a small Saint Michael protector for you, because I see he's going to be your protector too. So you're going to have a child as your protector. So that's pretty good to know that you're going to have someone to protect you, and it's going to be a child.
So wait, children can do that? I mean,
yes,
on the other side?
Yes, because the realm on the other side is they have unlimited potential on the other side. They can be like a child, but the spirit of a child can be so strong that they can represent themselves as an adult. But then when you really talk to them, you're going to see like a child. but that child is going to be like very high vibration. So some of them, they can be like very angelic, that you might think, oh, what can a child do? How can a child protect me? Well, on the other side, there's unlimited potential, and the ranks. Like a child can be like an elder or a white. It's almost like, I don't know if you watch Charm. If you haven't watched Charm, it's almost like it can be a white lighter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the age or how young they are. They can be like almost an elder or an old soul. So it really doesn't matter. The age and how they look like does not matter.
Wow, I learned something new. This is amazing. That is cool because you know my situation. I've been using like 3 different prayers plus smudging the house and doing all this stuff, and boy, oh boy. So that's kind of neat.
Well, then I'm going to tell you what, with your prayers or whatever you're asking for, like they say, your prayers will be received. So whatever you prayed for, it's coming into the light, and you're being protected for whatever you asked for.
Cool. And one more question. I don't know if you got my message. My nephew in the burn unit, and I finally went to see him, and we know what's going on. I'm just
y'all don't know. Yeah, and I got that message, but that was like, it's because I was resting, for the show. The only message that I got for that is that y'all don't know. Yeah, he's gonna be fine, but it's just that he's gonna be in a lot of pain, and I think they're gonna give him some kind of I can't think of the name of the medicine, but they're gonna put him on some high medicine, because if he got burned, he's gonna be in like a lot of medication, and he's gonna have to be supervised. And then as far as what happened to him, I think he got burned or was curious, and he started messing with something that he shouldn't, or something fell and it landed on part of his body, like his arms, because I'm seeing his arms. I don't know why, but I'm seeing his arms. So he's gonna have to recover, because he's in a lot of pain. But he's gonna be fine. But he's gonna be fine.
Okay. All right. That just felt like today was when we got the phone call, and so a lot of us, his dad, his stepmom, and then me and another cousin, we all went straight in, and because we got family from out of town, and we're like, oh my goodness. And yeah, it was like, oh, pray, pray, because
but put prayers to him, because I do feel that whatever you're praying for, you can give him some healing prayer, and I think he's gonna heal faster than what you give yourself credit for. So just pray for him, because I'm being told that you have that ability to heal people, and you might not notice that or know that, but I'm being told that you can pray, and your words speak a million ways. So your prayers do help, and it's working out for you. So I'm being told that he needs some prayer from his own family, and you're his family. So do some praying for him, and you're going to see a big speed recovery from the pain that he's going through.
Okay, will do, and thank you.
You're welcome.
And I'll talk to you guys later or whenever, and have a good evening. And I am so glad that you just made my night, like, Chris, because I was like, oh, you know me, I'm more a worrywart when it comes to my family. So if something's happened, it's like, oh no. So thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
So have a good evening, you guys.
Yeah,
I keep listening.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks so much for calling in. It was great to hear from you. Our next caller is from area code 541. Who are we talking to?
Who are we talking to? Hello?
Area code 541, are you there? Okay, so let's see. We have area code 360. Who are we talking to?
Oh, you're talking to Yvonne.
Aloha, Yvonne.
Hey, girl, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Well, I got kind of like a stupid question. I don't know if Chris would be able to address it or not. It's not
Go
like
ahead.
the usual. Okay, Chris, I've been dealing with a car problem. Yeah, I mean my multiple problems with my car. I'm at the point where, am I being fucked around with, or is it just I need to get rid of the car?
Are you talking about the car or a person?
Well, I've had problems before, with my energy affecting things and stuff and all. And I'm just wanting to understand, like, the problems I'm having with my car seem to be electronics. And that's an area where my own energies can affect.
Honestly, I would say just be careful who you go to if you're having people to fix it. Because I'm being told you don't want to be screwed, so take somebody with you because they might just poke your eyes. They might just poke your eyes and try to get more money off of you when it's something so simple.
Because I don't know, I mean, it's been a computer problem, I think, with the car, and it's affected all the sensors of the car because it's been running on a dying computer system type thing. But it's kind of like I'm at wit's end, I mean, it's like, okay, am I supposed to learn a lesson from this or just suck it up, you know what I mean?
I just say that you can handle it and then just get it checked and then just keep your eyes open and pay attention.
Okay. Will do, hon. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Yvonne. Have a good night. All right. So, wow, that caller called back again and then hung up. So, moving on to our next question from Sir Robin, and he was asking about his cousin, and he said his cousin has been in 2 relationships. They didn't work out. Well, she's now in a 3rd one, and now a fiance, and he just doesn't want her to get hurt a 3rd time. Are you picking up on anything about Adrian?
Is that her ex-boyfriend?
I think that's her name. His cousin's name is Adrian. She's got 2 exes and then a new fiance. So he's wondering how that's going to go.
Honestly, if he's asking if his fiance doesn't want him to get hurt, I would say just pay attention to whatever she says or whoever's talking to him, because I guess they see that if he's with somebody else, they see something that he can't see because he can't read himself. So I'm being told just to be very open and just, I'm not saying to cheat on her or nothing like that. Just keep an open mind and just ask for guidance that if she is the one for you, and just take it slowly. Don't rush into it. Don't say, oh, I'm going to marry you, because sometimes if you rush into things, trust me, when you rush into things, it does not work the way you plan it. So just take your time in the relationship, get to know each other, go to the park, hang out and just get to know each other. Go take a walk or, go to do events together. And the more that you learn about each other, then, you're going to find out that there's going to be some things that you're going to agree on, some things you're going to disagree on. Like, for instance, say if you are ready to get married, you're going to get married to this person. Then once you get married, you're going to be like, well, I want to get married here. And she might say, no, I want to get married here. So you're going to see the differences, that you're both going to want something different. So just get to know that person and just take it slow. That's what I got.
Well, thanks so much for doing that reading for Sir Robin. Now we have area code 330. Who are we talking to?
This is Moon.
Hey, Mooney.
First time caller, long time listener.
So how can I help you tonight?
How you doing, Tessa? How you doing, Chris? This is Moonlight.
Doing good. I'm glad
Hey,
to hear from you.
Yeah, long time no hear. Hey, I've had a lot of stuff going on lately. It's been a very, 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 very bad time here lately. I'm working through stuff, but very painful. I got a whole lot of stuff going on, very stressful, a lot of decisions to make. I didn't know what you can see here for me in the near future.
Honestly, you're going through a tough time. Is that what you said? Because I could hear you, but you were talking like real fast. So I think I heard correctly.
Yeah.
But the only thing I can tell you is that take some time and reflect back on what you see, and then just look at how things are gonna work out, and just don't overreact on things, and then just see if it works out, and then you're gonna see the outcome. So try not to overthink, because sometimes when you overthink, this is what I'm being told to tell you. I don't know why, but I think you're too worried and you're fighting your inner demons. That's why I don't know why I was told to tell you that, but I was told that you're fighting your inner demons. They're putting all these thoughts in your head to try to throw you off your game and try to make you worry more than what you should, which you shouldn't have to worry, because God is good and God is on your side. He hears what you want. He knows what you want. And just listen to the signs around you. Just listen. That's what I'm being told, to listen and be very aware. So whatever inner demons or whatever obstacles you're dealing with, don't worry about them. Put them in God's hands. And you can actually even say this. You can say like a little prayer and say, you know what? I give it all to you, God. If it's true, what the decision, show me, give me some kind of direction if this is gonna work. And if it's not gonna work, then tell me, where should I take this? How do I go about dealing with this? And God's gonna show you. God's gonna show you.
I think you're right, Chris, and I've been doing that until just the last few days, and I've just all of a sudden I've just gotten fed up, and now I've just got to the point now that I just don't know if I should. I've been thinking about, either suing somebody or multiple people or acting out or whatever. I've been letting things go and just riding the tide and letting God handle things and things, and people have been treating me for a while here, and then I got dealt with things and got things pretty much straightened out, and now I've looked back and saw how badly things have been done and people have treated me, and now I've really gotten fed up, and now I'm looking back and saying,
Yeah, you know what I was being told too. You might try to take some. I don't know what it's called. I want to say yoga or some kind of relaxation, because I think you're very tense with making all these decisions, and you feel like, yes, you don't know if you should be seeing other people. But I'm being told just to keep an open mind and let God take care of it, and you're gonna see what you should do. I know it's hard to let go, of someone that you're talking to, but God's gonna show you. And if it's not meant to be, the hardest thing to say is that person not for you, and you need to let go. But it's easier said than done. I should know. Um, but sometimes taking the big step, it's hard, and God's gonna heal your heart. But it's just, you probably need to do some kind of relaxation, or you might do some Rika or some kind of like yoga or something that will relax your mind. And then, you know what's so weird? I don't know why, but in my head I'm seeing YouTube. So try putting like music that has to do with rattling or any bells or anything to do with like rain, anything that's sound um, meditation or sound therapy, and that's going to help you. It's going to help you to relax because right now you're very tense and you're stressed out, and I think you need some kind of music to mellow you out. And trust me. And then another thing I'm being told is that since you've been so uptight and stressed and don't not knowing what to do, you have had a very hard time sleeping. You don't sleep the way you used to. You're always like tossing and turning. So maybe you might need to listen to YouTube and do some sound meditation through the YouTube music, and you're gonna sleep like a baby. But just try it and get back to me on that because I would like to know your feedback on that. Try it and see what it does for you.
Yeah, I haven't done my my tones in a while, and there are certain tones that I do on YouTube actually. Surprisingly enough.
Well, then there you go. There's your validation. There's the validation right there. So what I'm being told that if I picked up on YouTube, then that's something that you're lacking. You need that in your life because sound therapy and sound meditation, it works in your favor because right now you're just so uptight and tense and stressed. You're fighting your inner demons. So you need some kind of healing from nature, like the sound of rain or sound of drums or chanting, tapping, whatever works. You need to bring that back into your spirit. You need it.
Yeah, no more rain though. We've had too many floods around here. But
just send it this way.
I definitely, I do need my healing megahertz. So you're right on that, Chris. Thank you very much.
You welcome.
You guys have a great show.
You too.
Blessings, both of you.
Love and light, Mimi. It was so good to hear from you.
You too. I'll talk to you later.
All right, bye-bye. Awesome. We have 2 more callers on the line. Our next caller is from area code 541. Who are we talking to?
Hi, this is Tiffany.
Can you repeat your name? I'm sorry.
Tiffany.
Oh, hi,
How can
Tiffany.
I help you? So how can I help you tonight?
I'm kind of tired. I was just concerned about something I've been hearing. I don't know if it's true, but about Justin, that he's dealing drugs, and I kind of want to help the situation, but I don't know if it's even true.
Honestly, there's a chance that he probably is, and all you can do is, and it's funny because I'm getting a lot of calls with healing and praying, but I'm being told that you have to pray, regardless if it's true or not true. That doesn't matter.
I don't know.
So all you can do is just pray for him and send him some healing, show him the light, surround him with a bubble of God's energy, and then pray hard, however you need to do it, and then say, God, show him the sign that he's loved and not to be having to go to drugs thinking that the drug is going to solve the problems of whatever he's going. So, because I'm thinking he's doing damage to his body, and I'm going to tell you why. Because he's taking the drugs as a problem solver, thinking, okay, well, you know what? If I get high, I'm going to feel good. And his buzz or whatever he's doing, drinking or tipsy or whatever he's doing that to get rid of the problem because he doesn't like feeling pain. So if he's not himself when he's on, drinking or whatever he's doing.
Is he around bad company?
All I can tell you is that he's doing that because he's in pain. And and in order to avoid the pain, he's got to be high on something. So maybe you put some light into his life. Then
how would I do that? Like, is there a certain video like to learn how to send that kind of energy, or just pray, or?
You can probably do like looking up sending energy to someone that you can't talk to. You try typing that on YouTube and see what that does for you. Okay.
All right. Yeah, because I've been concerned because I just know I can just tell that he doesn't look like he's doing too well when I've seen him in public before.
I guess he's just hurting himself because he's dealing with all these wounds, and in order to not feel anything, he's getting high off of whatever he's doing. But then when he doesn't feel the high no more, the problem's there. So why do it? You know what I'm
Is that
saying?
why he's been staying away too?
Yeah, he's staying away from everybody. Yeah, that's why he's doing it. Mm-hmm.
Okay, because I don't really see him around anybody. I just didn't know if he was mad at me for something, but maybe it's just because he's doing this kind of stuff. But I really like to send out something to help him, like, feel like he doesn't need to do those kind of bad things.
Well, you can
That's something that will hurt.
Well, then you can just do some praying over him and try looking up YouTube, because I'm getting a lot of YouTube tonight messages from different people.
Oh, really?
But so you need to try to send some energy to someone that you can't talk to, or if he doesn't want to talk to you, because if you talk to him, he's just gonna hang up. That's what I'm being told to tell you. If you even try to talk to him, he's gonna say, "I don't need you. Why are you calling me? Leave me alone."
It's probably because of the drugs and stuff, isn't it?
It's because of everything that's around him. So he just wants to be left alone. So all you can do is just do some magical energy, and he'll be fine.
Okay. Do you think you ever see him coming around later if he gets this issue?
If he gets back and putting everything and putting himself back together and healing himself, maybe in the near future, but not anytime soon, because he needs to heal first before he starts getting into a relationship with somebody. He's not ready for that.
I gotcha. Yeah, because drugs are really bad. I know a lot of people have addiction problems, so it's kind of sad. So,
Did you have any other questions for Chris?
No, not that I can think. Oh, I do have a question, because I don't know what it is, but I've been feeling like really, really sleepy and just kind of like really moody lately. I don't know what it is.
I want to say it's the moon cycle and the energy and with the universe. So you're picking up a lot of like hate, because there's a lot of bad energy in the air. So you need to do some clearing, because there's a lot of. So you need to do a lot of clearing with yourself, and maybe doing like a spiritual cleansing, or doing like a prayer to call to God to remove any things that you're absorbing from other people.
Yeah, because I've been feeling kind of negative, and it gets me tired and stuff, and it's just like, I don't like it.
Well, then you can do that and try it and see what it does for you.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Tiffany.
All right. You guys have a good night. All right. Thank you. All right.
Thanks so much for calling in. Bye.
All right. Bye.
You know, yawns are contagious.
I know. I was yawning too a little bit.
I'm like, stop that. It's contagious. And just to reiterate on, having psychics on, these are for entertainment purposes only. But our next caller is from area code 425. Who are we talking to?
You're talking to Robin.
Hey, Sir Robin. How's it going?
Going good.
All right. So did you want to clarify the question that I read to Chris a little better so he understands?
Yeah. So, Adrian's my cousin, and she's actually getting married to someone else.
Mm-hmm.
And she's actually been in a relationship with with them before a couple of years back, and I was friends with them also.
Mm-hmm.
Then at Christmas over at my aunt's house, he appears, and we have nothing in common anymore. It's just it's like I had nothing to talk to him about, and to me, that I feel like that he's not the one for her.
Well, you're just gonna ask him, just help him out and support him the best way you can. He's gonna make his decisions regardless if you agree or disagree. But the person might not be for him, but you just gotta try to keep his mind busy. If you feel he's gonna get hurt, then just tell him, you know what, you're family to me, And I don't want you to get hurt because I think this person is lying to you. But you need evidence in order for him to believe you. Because right now he's gonna be like, whatever. You're just upset because I'm not paying attention to you, or I'm not hanging out with you, or I'm not around the family. So if you're gonna try to get him to not be with that person, then you're gonna need proof of evidence or something that's gonna clarify of what you know and what you've seen or heard. Because what you hear is one thing, but actually seeing evidence is another. So, and then if he still doesn't believe you, then all you can do is just guide him and say, you know what, I try to help you, but you need to open your eyes because she is not for you. She's probably being with you, but probably being with somebody else at the same time. And honestly, even though I don't know who this person is, but I'm being told that he's gonna find somebody else that's gonna direct him to somebody else, and then he's not gonna want to do nothing with her because he's gonna see something. There's gonna be some kind of sign that's gonna show him, you know what? He might not listen to you. He needs proof. That's what he goes by. He goes by proof.
Actually, I actually need to tell my cousin not to get married to him. So.
Well, then you're gonna have to see what's gonna happen and just see what you can do.
Because I just need to tell you something about her. She's been married before to the first person, and the most interesting thing is that even before I met the guy, I just knew that he wasn't. I just knew that he wasn't right for her, and it turns out that I was correct.
Well, there's gonna be a time where you probably won't be right. It's not always gonna be right, but if you feel something strongly, go with it. But there's gonna be a time that I'm being told to tell you that she's gonna have to learn on her own, because you're not gonna be there forever. She needs to be more independent in making the decision. But you can tell them this time, but just be careful, because sometimes it might cause a fight or an argument, because they're gonna say, well, then you're saying this person's not good for me, and then when I bring somebody else, you're always complaining, well, are you jealous of me because I'm trying to get married? So just try not to interfere too much, because I think she's probably going to think that you're trying to stop her from doing what she wants and what makes her feel happy. I'm just saying. So just keep a lookout and just be careful. That's all I can tell you. Just be careful, and maybe you need to open her eyes, but I'm being told that she's going to open her eyes already, so whatever you're doing, she's going to see it for herself.
All right.
I said, hi, I'm a brother. Hey, is this Tessa number? Yes.
Yeah, I have one more question.
Mm-hmm.
So, this is actually a very quick one. So, I want to do martial arts again, but to me it seems like there's a big elephant that's keeping me away from not going back. And what ended up happening was that my Hapkido teacher, Jason, and my Taekwondo teacher, Sabrina, they had a divorce, so she doesn't teach there anymore. Mm-hmm. And he was secretly dating, one of the Hapkido students, and she was secretly dating one of the students. So it turned into one big mess. And also, I held 2 grudges, and I got over that. And I got over Sabrina leaving, because the thing is, I really liked her, and she was one my favorites. I was one of her favorite students, and actually, I kind of felt I actually loved her too. So it just became this one big mess, and because of that, I don't just want to go back there.
Well, I was being told to tell you that you shouldn't have big business with pleasure because it's a job and she's an instructor. So if you feel like you shouldn't be there, I'm actually even being told to tell you not to, like I said, not to have business with pleasure because she's trying to do her job and you're just distracting her because you're letting your feelings affect her work. If she's there to teach, you need to go somewhere else where she's not there.
Well, she isn't there anymore.
Well, then you can go back then, but just don't intervene with her job. And now if she does work there and you see her, maybe she's working a different shift, then I'm being told that she's going to try to have a shift so she doesn't have to see you. She'll be behind the scenes, but you won't see her. She'll be like on the side somewhere where you can't see her. But if you try to
and I hate to break up the reading, but we do have to go to our first break. You guys don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.
Looking for nighttime adventure? Old school radio that delves into everything out of the norm. Then check us out at Spaced Out Radio. This is Dave Scott. Every Monday through Friday, starting at 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, we're going to take you on a wild ride ranging from conspiracies to true crime and every ghost, alien, and Sasquatch story in between. We're always live, and we're always interactive with you. So join us at spacedoutradio.com, where together, we own the night.
Hey, guess what? You can now get your brand new Spaced Out Radio swag at spacedoutradio.com. We've brought the store back with all new items for you to pick out and pick up for yourself, your family, or friends. T-shirts, hoodies, hats, we got it all. All you have to do is head to our website and click on Store. Choose what you want and it's shipped to you. The Spaced Out Radio store is right there for you. Come shop with us at spacedoutradio.com. Then we can own the night together.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on mobile with any smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
Canada's largest UFO conference is ready to roll in Toronto this September 21st and 22nd at the Alien Cosmic Expo. This year is about the experience. Listen to the stories of Dave Scott, Travis Walton, Paula Harris, Grant Cameron, Ryan Stacey, Richard Dolan, Leslie Mitchell-Clark, and more. Get your tickets now at aliencosmicexpo.com.
Coming soon to our website, spacedoutradio.com, is the SOR Space Travelers Club. For just $5 a month, you can get into a private area on our site where you can hang with other listeners in our chat room, post in our forum, and check out a bunch of exclusive content and store that won't be found anywhere else, including a nightly after-show party with Dave. It's going to be the best $5 a month you're going to spend. The SOR Space Travelers, only at spacedoutradio.com.
Are you tired of being blocked, shadow banned, or placed in jail for simply posting your thoughts on social media? Social Media Freedom can take care of that for you. Social Media Freedom is the newest and one of the best free new apps that allows you the freedom to post what you want, when you want. It takes seconds to download from your app store. Come join the tribe at Social Media Freedom. It's time to set yourself free.
Visit purpleplates.com today. For over 40 years, the Purple Energy Plates have been delivering amazing results for their many customers. Inspired by the great genius Nikola Tesla, the harmony, healing, and energetic effects of the plates have proven over and over to be beneficial and often miraculous to thousands of customers. Check their site for daily specials and choose from their many energy products. You won't be sorry. Visit them today at purpleplates.com.
If you're heading to Vancouver, make sure you stop by the official bar of Spaced Out Radio.
The Moose Vancouver. It's the place to party in YVR. At the corner of Nelson and Granville, the Moose Vancouver is always up to speed with a kitchen staff that serves great food. All food on the menu, $6.95 to $8.95. There's a reason the Moose Vancouver is recognized as one of the hottest spots on the West Coast. Get your horns up for the Moose Vancouver. Come get spooked at the 4th Annual Forest Moon Paracon in Cedar-Woolley, Washington, Saturday, September 28th. UFOs, ghosts, aliens, Bigfoot. Speakers include Mike Morin and Jason Jordan, R. Keith Andrews, and Dave Scott from Spaced Out Radio, and so much more. There will be workshops and a VIP roundtable. Get early bird tickets now at fmparacon.com.
A timepiece is a reflection of who you are, and what better way to show off the real you than with an Escape watch? Escape is a lifestyle brand accessorizing your days and nights. Choose to escape and create the life of discovery that you deserve. Dream, play, unite with your own personalized Escape watch. Head to escapewatches.com. There is no time like the present to enjoy your escape. Use promo code SMF2017 for your 20% discount today.
Every night on Spaced Out Radio, we have places for you to hang out. Hi, this is Carl. Join our SOR Space Travelers group on Facebook for live chat. On Twitter, using hashtag Spaced Out Radio. You can also join us in our Spreaker chat room. Check us out on Instagram at Dave Scott SOR. All of our archives are free on YouTube at Spaced Out Radio. By the way, I'll be watching you at your window until you do. Bye!
Hello, this is your guitar man, Ron Bumblefoot THAL, and I have to tell you, I love the response I get for Little Brother is Watching from Spaced Out Radio fans. It's amazing how music can inspire and make people think deeper about what's going on in the supernatural world. You can head over to my website, bumblefoot.com, to check out my music, my guitar workshops, my touring, even check out some of the hot sauces that I'm working on. And make sure you keep on listening, because with Spaced Out Radio, you know Little Brother is watching.
Looking for a place to advertise at a very reasonable cost? Look no further than Spaced Out Radio. SpacedOutRadio.com has an advertising tab that you can click to check out our daily, weekly, and monthly packages to play on the radio, or our website including social media. From commercial spots to banners, we have it all. Check out our competitive pricing today.
You can follow Tessa on Twitter at TessaTNT, on our YouTube channel, Spaced Out Radio, and our website is spacedoutradio.com. Now, back to Spaced Out Weekend host, Tessa Nicole Thomas.
Here's a sound again, voices dancing in my head, smile.
Hey guys, welcome back, and thank you so much for joining us this evening. Tonight we have Psychic Chris Garcia. Chris, welcome back. So great to have you on tonight.
I know, it's an honor as always, and I love this energy tonight. It's different. I like it.
I know, it's very active and upbeat.
I know, yes.
So our next caller is area code, 484. Who are we talking to?
Me, Christopher Fisher from Allentown.
Hey, Christopher, how's it going?
Going all right.
Did you have a question for Chris?
Yeah, yes, I do for once.
Go ahead.
I normally call a reading or give info, but now I have a question.
Go ahead.
My siblings and stuff, they authorized me to ask about the whole family. Was going to be, they would like to know what's going to happen with them and me.
So they're asking
I got them
to
to believe in a psychic.
Honestly, I think you're going to open their mind since you opened that, because I think they're very skeptical. And I'm also being told that you're gonna be um, something to do that you're gonna probably gonna get them into the paranormal field a little bit, but you're starting off slow with the psychic stuff. So they're paying attention to you, and now you got them believing into a psychic. So I think the relationship is gonna change, but it's gonna change for good things because they stayed away from that kind of stuff. So I'm thinking you're more. For some reason, I'm being told that you're opening their mind to the realms that they did not know that they were there. They kind of had suspicion, but they didn't believe in that because they're like, well, if this is not coming from God's guidance, then how can a psychic have a gift if everybody prays to God and God gives you the answers, but God has workers too, and we are those workers. So when you open their mind and you tell them that God has his soldiers, which we are his soldiers because we're here to teach and tell people to open their mind, not to give up on God because God is number one, but you got to just tell them that he works in mysterious ways. He has people that God is first, and then we're like below him, so we're like different ranks, and he assigns different psychics, mediums, pagans, or whatever you want to call them. He assigns them for different people. So you just gotta just keep doing what you're doing. Get them in the psychic field of the field of industry, and try to get them into the paranormal, and tell them just that there is such thing as the other side. That when we die, it doesn't stop. There's another life. So whatever you're doing, Christopher, I'm being told that you're doing a good job. Because I think you might even be teaching them, because you're going to be, because before I'm being told that you were always a student. Now it's for you to be the teacher to teach them. So you're not going to be a teacher.
They told me I could do.
Mm.
I showed them all that research I've been doing. They told me I can get a thorough DNA test.
Yeah, well then do that, and then when you do that, you're probably gonna find a lot of the stuff with your family roots, and then that's when they're gonna come up and they're gonna be like, well, we didn't believe in this, but you know what? I just found out that my mom had a gift and she did a tea leaf reading. So even though they're skeptical, but once you open their mind, they're gonna start researching their family and their mom and dad and their aunts and stuff. And you're going to open their mind and they'll be like, wow, we've had these gifts all around us, but we ignored them because we didn't believe in it. And then that's when you're going to laugh and say, well, now pay attention.
First time they opened up was on the night before my mom died.
Mm-hmm.
They let me pretty much have free reign of the closing ceremony. Send off.
Mm-hmm.
How to preside over it and stuff. I'm with the chaplain. It was weird. Me and the chaplain were like in sync, and it damaged one of the equipment in the room. What we did, the energy.
Mm-hmm.
We were close to visionary level of energy, the same energy that you would to wake someone up right from the dead.
Mm-hmm.
We were so far up to that point in vibration, it was shutting stuff off and on in the room.
That's kind of interesting.
And I walked down the hall in the hospital, and the computers were on even people that were asleep.
Wow. Well, you know what you're going to tell them? Because I'm being told that you're going to tell them that once you're teaching them, they're going to get unexpected visits from family members that they never even knew they had. So you got to tell them that I'm being told that they're going to have a lot of visits. Now that you open them up, they're going to be dreaming weird stuff, and they're going to have visitations from other people. So tell them that I said that a friend that you know, they're going to get visitations, so they better be ready.
They know that they had ancestors from Monaco and Britain, and I've known all this time.
Well, there's somebody that's going to visit them in spirit, and I'm being told California. I don't know why California, but that's what I got. So
that's correct too. I have family out there.
So so just keep a lookout and just let me know how that goes, because I'm being told they're going to have a lot of visits, because I think they're very skeptical. But now that you open them up, they're going to be having people coming in through the walls. So, yeah, they're going to be getting a lot of visits.
A couple of nights ago, we had a loud crash in the house. And the second loud event in a month.
Well, you know what? Like, remember that last reading I gave you that I told you about your mom? Well, I'm going to tell you a little message with that, is that you're the open door. You're the doorway to teach others. And you're going to get your family to be more open-minded, and this is where it's coming in. That's why it happens. So now you got to teach them that this has always been around the family, and they need to open their eyes, because they're going to be expecting visits. But before you tell them that, you need to teach them how to protect themselves, because they might be scared and they're not going to know what to do or how to talk to them. But just tell them it's within you. It runs in our blood, so it should just come naturally. But you got to do steps by steps, and then once you think they're ready, which you're going to know when they're ready, then you're going to tell them, well, oh yeah, by the way, I have a friend named Chris that's going to tell me that you're going to have visits from ancestors, so you better be ready.
Oh, they told me that they would like to call you sometime, get a reading.
Okay, well then have them call me, or if not, have them message me on Messenger. Just tell them to message me, like send me a request through Messenger.
Okay.
And then we can go from there.
All right, on my second question that I was asked, and this is for me and them too, we're now in flux with money and different things, and we don't want to be here in this area anymore. Where should we start looking to go to?
Well, I already being told that you already know that answer, Christopher. You know that answer.
Hello?
Yes, you know that answer. So I'm being told that you probably have to move to either going up the next state up or going to the left. So I'm being told that either Phoenix, and then I got Las Vegas, could be an option, and then I get California. So I'm being told that you're going to be like that, something about the bridge. So I'm being told that you need to start following your instincts, because California is calling you. But even though I don't know how far you are from California, but you need to...
Oh, I'm in Pennsylvania. I'm 3,200 miles away.
Well, then you need to start looking at places that feels comfortable to you, that feels more home. And then that's how you're going to know. Because I'm being told California would be good for you. Phoenix would be good for you for some reason, because there's something that I think you're going to be doing in Phoenix. If you don't move to California, you're going to fit in perfect with Phoenix or Las Vegas, because you're going to meet a lot of new people.
I have a strong family presence there. About half of my relatives that are in the U.S. are there.
Okay, well then go with it. Go to family. Follow your roots. And you'll be surprised, because you're gonna learn a lot. Once you move from where you're at, you're gonna learn a lot more. This is a tip of the iceberg. You haven't learned everything yet. There's still more to come. That's what they're telling me to tell you. There's still more to come. But once
I'm
you
now
move,
starting to learn to send messages in this country now instead of just in Europe. I didn't know what happened by accident this morning. And the other person said I was yelling, and it was like it was a total freak out.
Yeah. But I just think just follow your heart. Follow your heart. That's what they're telling me to tell you. Okay?
Yeah, California dreaming, baby.
Oh, yeah.
You know
I'm
what?
a California dreaming.
You know what, too? I even want to visit California, and I want to go when I get, people have told me that they see me getting bigger, and the first place I want to go is I'm going to go visit San Francisco. So hope to see you up there, Christopher.
I hope so too. I'll be on the beach, enjoying myself, no longer being cold.
Heck yeah. Well, thanks so much for calling in, Chris.
Thanks. I hope you have a good night, and God bless.
God bless, and hopefully we see you at the after party if you're still awake.
I will be.
Okay.
Count on it.
Nighty night, love and light.
Good night. See you then.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. So our next caller
Hello,
is from...
I'm here.
All right. There she is. Area code 219. Who are we talking to?
My name's Cassandra. I actually called 2 weeks ago. I called.
And that was when we had
And,
Ron Sherman and Cassandra on.
Yeah, that was Ron. Yeah, it was Ron. Yeah, and I had added him on the Facebook group, and you guys were I don't know if you were there, but he was saying some really things that were really true. Because now I'm starting to see it this week. I didn't know at the time what he was saying like 2 weeks ago, but now I'm actually starting to see it.
That's awesome.
And that's like I was.
And then,
go ahead. Sorry.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
But I was gonna say is that I know you talked to Ron and the other psychic, but I'm gonna tell you whatever Ron and them told you, that guy Joey's gonna be the one that you're gonna be more with than anything. The other two guys, they say they like the other two guys. They like you, but you're gonna be competing with him because all three of them
competing with him. What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because all of them are boxers. He actually took a break off from boxing for like the last year. The other one's actively boxed, but he actually really seems down to earth. I want him to get back into it for his own good, and try to motivate him and uplift him. But he's so sweet, laid back, like you were saying. That was crazy that you're saying that because he lives in California right now, and he's so laid back though. And he wants to get back into it, but he is so sweet. He is so sweet. He is so sweet, and it's weird because I thought he liked me a few months ago, but I was like, I'm nothing special. I'm like, who am I to think that? Then he texted me the other day, and I was like, he was saying stuff that from posts like I had almost 8 months ago that he was paying attention. And stuff like that. And my brother boxes in St. Pete, Florida right now, but it was just so weird how he actually paid attention to how much the pain I was going through and even some of the issues of the posts I made with my friends when they did that to me. But he knew all of it. He was in tune, and he was like, yeah, I remember when you were saying that and stuff. I want to make sure you were good and stuff. And I think that was so sweet because in my opinion, he didn't have to do all that. That takes time and energy.
Well, I'm going to tell you something else, too, and I don't know if Ron, the other psychic told you, but I'm going to tell you one thing. Is he on your Facebook? Because I'm seeing that he's paid attention. Yes. And I'm being told that he's looking at everything you post. Everything.
Yes. He was, yes.
So I think, whenever you, say you're going to go somewhere or travel, he's going to I have a feeling that even though you're far apart from each other, but you're going to meet.
Yes, and that's what he's saying, yeah. Because I want to go to a few boxing matches. I actually just got my USA Boxing Level 1 certification to become a judge. And even though he's pro, I would be an amateur judge. I mean, I'm looking at going to certain, events like in Vegas and to become a judge there and stuff. And then eventually become a pro judge and everything. And that's just my passion with boxing. I see that it has a lot of pain to it, but it's one of those sports where it's a craft. It's something that you constantly have to perfect, and he really likes my passion for it. Because there's not too many women that could actually really say that they have a passion for it and analyze it. And I think that's what he keeps saying that he really is intrigued by. And even the other three, they're intrigued by that, But I feel like he really keeps persistently telling me, look, I feel like the other three are going to eventually wander off, kind of just become my friends. They're going to kind of forget. They have someone come their way, but he's persistent. The last almost 2 years that I've known of him, he's been persistent, giving hints, but I'm like, who am I to say I'm all that? To say, do you have a crush on me? Then he finally said the other day, he was like, yeah. For years, he was saying, almost 2 years now,
Well, I'm being told that he's going to meet you. You're going to meet each other.
Yes, I know. I feel it in my blood. And it's just so weird because 2 weeks ago, Ron, and this is weird, when I had the last reading, I was over who I thought were my friend's house. And he was like, do you know the name Joey? And I'm like, no, not that I know of. I didn't really think of him off the bat, this is one of my immediate people I'm going to fall in love with. He said, Ron specifically said the name Joey, but in the back of my head, there's two Joeys I know. There's a Joey Spencer that fights tomorrow in boxing, actually at the Mandela Bay casino. And then there's Joey, him that boxes. His nickname, I believe his full name is Joseph, but it's just so weird that he said that name off bat like that. because I didn't think off that 2 weeks ago what he was talking about. Now I'm seeing full hand what he was talking about. And I actually want to tell Ron, like, that was probably the craziest thing I ever seen, with somebody give such a specific name and then the stuff starts happening right after that, like 2 weeks later. So I have clarity.
I was going to ask you, are you planning to go somewhere? Because I see traveling with you, too.
Oh, my God. You guys are so good. Yes, on Tuesday, I'm in North Carolina, which is crazy because one of the boxers lived down in North Carolina that likes me. But I feel like
you're going to come across. You're going to come across him. I don't know how, but that's what I'm telling you.
Yeah, because he lives in California, but one of the boxers that like me are in North Carolina, where I'm actually visiting. Just for one of my cousin's football games. What is so crazy is all the other three that like me, I'm trying to figure out like who was really for me, which was crazy because I never had 4 people like me at once. But Joey keeps standing out. He lives in California. He won't be when I go to North Carolina. So we're actually going to plan to see each other soon.
Why do I see August?
And it probably could be.
I don't know.
Because I told him soon, very soon, very soon.
So it's sooner than you think. I'm seeing like August, and I'm seeing 2, so that could be like 2 weeks after July finishes. So keep a lookout on August. Let me know.
Yep. So you feel like the one in North Carolina where I'm going to visit. I'm not going to visit him. He actually wants to meet me, but you feel like he's just going to eventually, they're going to all venture off. But the one Joey in California is the one that really And it's so weird because he's at work right now, but he just texted me an hour ago when I was sleeping. He's just been persistent. And he even said, because he said he couldn't.
Because he's interested in you.
He said, I don't want you to think I'm ignoring you, but he's like, well, I can't use my phone on the clock on the work floor. But he said, I'm going to get back to you as soon as possible. He always does. And I have to give him his space. I let him just text me whenever, and he always does. And for the first time, he texted me more than I've ever. I usually am the first to text somebody. He texted me already before, so I don't even have to worry about, let me text him, because I already know that he's always going to text me first, which is so crazy. I'm not used to that.
Well, it's going to be different, trust. But that's good. But let me know, and I don't know if you're going to.
Yeah, I definitely will. I appreciate you guys so much. You guys are. Do you see anything else that I should know of too?
Like I don't know why, but I keep, like I told you, I see August, but I think for some reason, and I don't know why, but this might be later, or this might even be sooner, because he's really interested in you. But I'm seeing a proposal.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know it's so crazy. He's 27, I'm 19, but to me, I'm such an old soul. And I'm happy. He's so sweet. I just can't believe it. I'm like, really, like, oh my God, you're so sweet and everything. And I'm so happy because he was actually saying that type of stuff. And he was shocked I wasn't scared or whatever, because most people, when you say that stuff to another, like, teenager, like 19, they'll be like, oh my God. To me, though, I'm such an old soul, and I kind of not into what a lot of my generation does. So I actually am told I'm like a grandmother to people, like even my grandparents were saying to me, I sound like a grandmother, and they would get annoyed because I'm so old. So it's so weird because that you said that. You've been on point, and I think for somebody, I was like scammed out of a psychic $2,000 before. For somebody that does this show, you are so on point without even giving information. And I just want to thank you and say anybody that's listening to this call, definitely tune in, because you've been spot on the last 2 weeks. And you don't even really know what I look like or anything, but you've been so spot on without any foresighting of information. I would just definitely say if anyone's listening to this, tune in. And definitely, even any paid readings, definitely I will get a paid reading when I get paid Thursday, because you're very spot on with everything. And definitely provided me insight when I needed clarity, which is now.
Chris is definitely amazing. That's why I have him back every month. But I'm so glad you called, Cassandra.
Thank you. I just want to say I'm so satisfied. I couldn't even ask anything else. I'm so satisfied for what I heard, and it's what I needed to hear, and what I know that is true, because this is everything that I'm already seeing. And I just want to thank you, because I was kind of worried about the last 3, kind of like, should I keep them near? because I'm like, what if one of them back away? But then I know that he's actually the person I need to put all my focus into, because I was kind of feeling bad. Like, I only focus on one person, but the other people, I didn't want to tell them, like, no, just go away. Yeah. I like somebody, because I wasn't sure as soon as I do that, if he would have went away, and then they would have came in. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know who to cut off. Not to cut them off, but I didn't know who to really tell. So now I should know to really put my intentions all into him.
Yep. That's good. And always listen to your gut, because it'll never lead you astray.
My gut was kind of perplexed almost, because there's so many. There's 3 people. And that's not including him. He's the 4th. So I was kind of like confused, like why in this little time period I got all these people liking me. I'm not even used to that. I'm not used to having so many people like me at once.
I don't know why, but I got the Taurus energy to this too.
Mm-hmm. I think he's born in April. What's weird? I'm an Aries, but his birthday is later on in April, which is so weird, I believe.
Mm-hmm. I believe that's
because we're both born. See, he's like born, I think, April 21st. My birthday is April 4th. I'm about to actually confirm and see what his birthday is. It's actually so weird. Yesterday he put a little He said it's he put a little sign that said it's something season now, but I think it's Taurus season, and that was yesterday at 1:22 p.m. I'm about to actually see when his birthday is real quick. This is so chilling. Okay, so he said his birthday is June 30th. So I'm not sure why maybe you would see Taurus, but I know my birthday, I'm an Aries.
Well, there must be Taurus for some reason. There must be just some energy in the
maybe how he comes off, because he kind of comes off as chill. Like, I have a friend named GP. He boxes in Florida. His real name is Gasper. He's Haitian and Italian. He is a Taurus. The way he comes off is like we're really good friends. And I actually called him today, but we're just good friends. Like, he's my best friend. Now, he has the same personality as Joey, and Joey is born in June. He's very laid back, but he will speak his mind when it is appropriate. And maybe that's why he can come off as Taurus energies. Because I study spirituality, too. Sometimes the energy is alternate. It can be really just if it applies to you, even if you're not born there. Like, if I have an Aries general reading in my tarot card, it might not apply to me. It might apply to some other Aries, maybe, but the Taurus energy can apply to me more. So it really just depends.
Yeah, so...
Yeah.
But thanks for listening to the show.
Thank you so much.
And by the way, my name's Chris. So I don't know if you want my number, but if not, you can listen to the rest of the show.
Definitely. Would you add me on Facebook? Do you have a Facebook?
Well, I mean, because I don't know how to find me. So in order to find
you don't. Okay. So yeah. Let me just give you my number. What's your number?
It's 210.
210.
It's 210, the area code, and then it's 974. 3470.
So I'll put, hey, it's Cassandra.
And my name's
and
Chris.
I'll save your number in.
Yeah, and just message me on Messenger, and then once I add,
okay.
I can add you.
Yeah, once you see me, you'll see. Yeah. Okay then. So I'll give you my Facebook link because my phone number is actually for my old account, so you probably won't see my thing. You'll probably see it through tests, but I'll give you my Facebook link. You can just click in and add me from there. But
I'll
you think one last question?
I can share that with you.
Yeah. Yeah. One last question though. You think though that's the one I should be focused on is Joey, even though you get Taurus energy. Okay. Well, I definitely appreciate you, and I sent you my number. I see that your thing is high.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Cassandra. Have a good evening.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Wow.
Okay,
this has been amazing.
Right?
I know it's been direct. Everything is just coming through like crazy.
Hey, Chris.
Hello. We're actually going to area code 254. Who are we talking to?
My name is Brandon.
Hey, Brandon. How's it going?
Yeah, I'm good.
How are you?
I'm chopping up with my partner.
Good, Brandon. Sorry. And we have another caller. Can you please mute your mic until I call your area code? Brandon, what's your question for Chris?
Well, I guess my question is, will I ever see my daughter again?
Okay, where are you located from, if you don't mind me asking?
Do I?
Where are you located? Like what state?
Oh, she is in Texas.
I mean, that's where you're from, or that's where she's from? Because I'm asking where you're from.
She was born in Texas. I'm in Texas, and as far as I know, she still lives in Texas. She could live in Oklahoma.
Honestly, if you ever see her again, I'm being told you will. You will see her again. And for some reason, I'm being told that she's closer than you think. She might be like in the same state, or she could be like you said, in Oklahoma, but not that far from you. Because Oklahoma, I don't know how far that is in miles. I'm not good with the mileage, but I do see that you're going to come across each other. So. But because I'm being told that she's actually even I'm being told that she's even looking for you, or she's hearing stuff about you. Even though there's people that are trying to keep her away from you, but she's still curious about you. So there's no doubt that you will see her. And if I want to get an estimate when you will see her, I want to say, I want to say maybe like in mid-July. Mid-July. I don't know because I don't have the calendar in front of me, but I want to say toward the last week of July. So there's going to be somewhere where you're going to get an unexpected message. And I want to say it's going to be her, or someone that's going to knows her, and it's multiple friends.
She's only 3.
That what?
She's only 3 years old.
Oh, no, but for some reason...
She was a manifested, straight from the universe love child.
Well, then that must be...
not even joking. Her name is Willow Hartley. She was born July... her birthday was, June 20th. I just missed her birthday. I haven't seen her in 6 months.
Well, I see that even though she might be 3, but for some reason she has a very high spirit, I feel that she's going to find you, and you will see her. Yeah, you will see her. She's an old soul, as a matter of fact. I
believe so, too.
She's an indigo child, so I'm going to tell you a little something about that. She's gifted, too, by the way. I don't know if you know that, but that's what I'm being told to tell you. She's gifted.
I believe that, too. Honestly, I saw your post, and I want to check in. I've never done anything like this before. I actually run a page on Facebook called Awakening the Soul.
Mm-hmm.
And I just try and touch base with other spiritual people. And wanted to talk to y'all about, to me, everything happens for a reason. And as much as I would love it for my life, I feel like I'm going through so much growth without being a unit.
I think honestly, too, what you said, we all, people that are trying to seek themselves, we find other people that are like us. So I'm glad that you called into the show. So I do feel like there is more to it. There is no mistake in why you called and you spoke to me, because I think you needed to hear the confirmation that in your heart, you're going to see her. And I've been even told that you've even had, I don't know why, but I see like a dream, or it seems like this feeling you have. But I feel like you're going to see her soon, even though she might be little.
I've been dreaming about her a lot lately.
So I'm being told that you're going to see her. That's a sign that God's given you, that you're going to see her soon.
All right. Well, thank you for your time.
You're welcome, and you have a lovely night.
Thank you so much for calling in. Nighty night, love and light. It was good to hear from you. Okay, so our next caller comes from area code 510. Who are we talking to? Don't forget to unmute your phone. There you are.
Hello. Hey,
Hello.
hi. I just wanted to say hi to Chris.
Hi, what's up, girl?
Yep, it's my birthday.
Happy birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to say hi to y'all and love y'all.
Oh, so you don't have a question? Well, I appreciate that, because I remember the last time I sent you that message about the moon and stuff. Honestly, I don't know what it is, but I think during that time when we did that last reading, I did that last reading for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you read the symptoms, a lot of people were feeling the
going
symptoms.
through it. Yeah,
Yeah.
going through it. Yep, that's all it is.
But what you can do to try to limit all those emotions is to clear your space. Try to.
I did. I just did that. That's why I said good night. I did a whole lot of cleaning.
Okay, and then another thing too. I know I've been really busy, and I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
That the picture I got from you about that rainbow.
Yeah.
I'm being told that you're going to meet that person that you look up to.
I already did.
No, but you're gonna be more connected.
I already know that.
Yeah, you're actually gonna meet them. So yeah, so I'm happy for you and happy birthday.
That's what I said. Love you, cousin. Yeah, I love you. Got your back, man.
All right, and I appreciate it. Thanks for calling.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. Happy birthday. I'm so glad you called in. I love her energy. Well,
This has been just crazy.
Go ahead.
It's been just crazy. It's been crazy, Tessa. This is good. I'm actually glad that you picked Saturday.
I was like, let's try something different. Let's try Saturday. And a few people have been like, this ain't Psychic Sunday. And I'm like, no, baby, this is Psychic Saturday.
Your charger? You need a card? Here, take this one.
What was that?
I don't know. Let me look over here and see.
Maybe they wanted to hear the rest of the show, but they didn't put their mic in.
Yeah, if you do want to listen to the show, just make sure you mute your mic so we're not like, what was that? Because sometimes, especially with me and Chris, when we get online together, we've had so many crazy tech issues that happen, and I don't know if it's the energy that's going on or what, but it's been going good so far. So let's keep it going. No sound issues, no tech issues, so we're doing good. I got a question and a message here from Trixie, and she actually sent me a picture as well. And she said 2 nights ago, all of my high alert fight or flight senses went off. They went off next to the park, where when I show up, a snowy white owl shows up. Anyways, I had no idea why I was on high alert mode. The next day, which was yesterday, she noticed she had 4 distinct bruises on her upper arm rear side. To her, they looked like fingerprints. Today she looked at them and, hold on one second. Today she looked at them and you can see where the fingers would be going, and she never felt these bruises. What grabbed her arm and what set her fight or flight response?
Honestly, well, when she was talking about the owl, that was a warning from the goddesses, or one of, and probably, I don't know if she knows this, but the owl, the snow owl, it's her guide, it's her spirit animal. So it was just giving her a warning that something was going to happen to her. So whenever she sees a white owl or just a snowy owl, that is her guide, her spirit animal. And that's just a warning to keep your eye on the surroundings. And that's why she was on very high alert. And it's so weird because the best description I get from her is that whenever she feels very heightened, like very on high alert, it's because she's getting the energy of an owl, like she's flying. She's flying, but she's very aware of the surroundings. And it's why did that happen? It was just a sign that something was telling her that something was coming, or something that was going to try to harm her. Now, as far as the markings,
and I just sent you that picture too, so you could see it. It's pretty interesting. This bruise pattern.
Honestly, I'm being told that she needs to get her house checked out by a paranormal team. There's something that's in that house, and I want to say it's very, oh my God, that's crazy. And I'm hearing giggling, but it's not the giggle that you want to hear. The word I got was trickster, and that's not a good sign. So you might need to get either a paranormal team or if you can find a voice recorder and ask it, because I'm being told that you will get it, or you can get, maybe there's one app that will come through, and I can't think of it offhand, but it does work. And you might need to get a K2 meter, because I'm seeing the K2 meter going off. Like I'm seeing like all the colors highlighted. So her house has a very high EMF energy, and I'm being told that the investigation team will tell her that that it's probably electrical. Like there's a lot of high EMF, but it's nothing electronic or nothing like that. It's something in the house.
And right now she's actually on wheels. She's got a house on wheels, so she's going from place to place. What I was thinking when I heard the owl, the white owl thing, and then seeing these bruises was almost like perhaps she was abducted. I wonder if she had any missing time.
Well, she probably did. That's a possibility. But I also got like some kind of weird energy in her home. So that could be an abduction. But the owl was probably a sign that something was just in the horizon that was just roaming around her house. So that's one of her spirit animals. Because I know I have guys as the animal, because a lot of people are very scared of the owl because it has a lot of folk tales behind it. But owls are very angelic, because God makes all creatures for a reason. So there's a reason why that owl came to her, to let her know, hey, something's coming, be aware.
And she said she had to contort her arm to take the picture because the bruises were on the back of her arm. And it's pretty interesting. She doesn't remember anything like that happening, anybody grabbing her. So I would definitely, like you said, have a team go to that location. Where was she parked? What exactly they pick up on? Is it going to happen again? Like, that's pretty interesting.
Honestly, I can tell you off the charts in my head, I'm getting that EMF, it's going to be going crazy. And if they don't have a K2 meter, I don't know what the other kind of, it's on almost those other EMFs where it's like, it's got like a box, and then it goes, it makes like a noise and it lights up. I'm seeing like an EMF that one's going to light up. So when there's a lot high EMF, it's gonna blink red. Either it's going to blink red or it's going to make this weird, odd noise from the EMF detector. So, and it's possible too, Tessa, there could be some abduction with that. So that could be causing a lot of, what is that word I was looking for? Resident energy. So there could be between
residual
abduction, residual, and then there could be also something there. So there's two things that might be there. So tell her to keep a lookout for it, because I'm being told that the EMFs are going to be going off the wall, off the chain. They're going to be going crazy.
Awesome. And I'll give her your information so she could follow up with you, especially if anything else happens. That's pretty scary and interesting at the same time. Another thing you can do, people do past life regressions and do a memory regression, because a lot of times if there is an abduction, they'll do the whole memory swipe thing where you don't remember anything. If you go into hypnosis, a lot of times those memories will come back.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that is true.
And Robert was saying residual spirits don't generally interact, because residual spirit is basically a recording of something that had happened in the past.
Well, that's going to be kind of interesting, because I've been picking up that there could be a combination of something that's probably around the property, because I'm getting like very high EMF, and I'm getting hairs sticking up, so I'm getting that she's got oh my God, her house is almost like, it's like a vortex. Very high EMF from outside, and it looks very beautiful, but it's got a very high EMF, and it's very, very active all around the property. Very active.
All right, we got a call coming in. Hold on one sec so I could get this. All right, we got Jason Mathis on the line. How's it going?
Oh, sure. Hello.
Hey.
I was just Melody, I was on the air. I have a question for Chris.
Okay, go ahead.
You all will laugh, but it's actually a true story. I'm not going to get it all into it. But in my family tree history, I had a relative who was born in 1815 and died in 1875. Well, it turns out that he had buried about, I don't know how many, but buried a bunch of gold on his property in Kentucky. Well, I was discussing this with my grandfather before he passed away, and I wanted to know if the story was true. And he said, oh, yeah. He says, out in 1937, when I was about 10, I was in the field working with my mom and, my aunts, and they dug up these gold coins. I said, well, you didn't keep any of them? He goes, son, we were poor. We sold everything. Everything that we dug up. And it was on the property, but I don't know what property it is. I kind of know where in Kentucky, like the county and the state, and from what I understand, it's a public land now. I don't know if you're picking up anything, but I thought, well, I wonder if you pick up anything on a lost family treasure, but that's a true story.
That's funny that you say that, because oh my God, I wonder if Nick is listening to the show. You know what? Check the chat room, Tessa, while I'm doing this reading, because Nikki's going to be like, oh my God. Okay, well, anyway, we'll talk about that later after the after party. But anyway, that is so weird that you're talking about this. This is just giving me chills. It's giving me chills like bad, but now, even though that has a lot of energy, that there is a public place or a public location, I'm being told that even though there's something that's has the foundation, it's all around it, but I'm being told that there's going to be an area, and I don't know if you can do this because you might that might be considered trespassing, but I'm being told within, I say, 1.5 inches or against where the property ends of whatever is built there, because I'm being told I don't know why, but I'm getting like books, library, or something that to do with resort, with energy that, but I'm being told that in the back of it, there is gold or loose coins that are away from the building. And then for some reason, and then I'm seeing like a strip of like maybe like a stream of water, and there's something there too.
That would make sense, because from my research of the area, it's supposed to be in a public park. I think it's overseen by the city, but it would be probably, now I didn't actually get to see a Google, live, not a live, but street shot map, whatever. But
well, try it on satellite, because I'm being told to tell you, try it on the satellite. Type in the address and rotate the camera and see, and you're gonna see like a strip. I can't even talk. It's like something's not wanting me to tell you. It's a stream of water behind it, and it's like whatever was there. It was like it looks almost like a park.
Yeah, that's from what I gathered from what it's like a park area, and I'm going on the family history of where my grandfather discovered it, and it actually matched up with old family records. And what's interesting about the kind of coins that he stashed away, a lot of those early coins from 1820, 1830, 1815, a lot of them are very, very scarce. And a few years ago, I think 2008, a couple found over $1 million in gold coins stashed in a hollow out of a tree stump. And a lot of them were from the 1820s.
Wow.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something else too, and this is what's so weird. My God, I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I'm just going to say it. Is there something to do with the gold mine?
I'm thinking Civil War gold, because a lot of that went missing.
Well, it would be Civil War gold, because he was born in 1815 and he was a hoarder. He turned out to be a blacksmith, and he settled in Chicago ultimately. And that's as far as I got. So I over the years, I've mentioned it to my family. They all think I'm nuts. I said, look, I dug up a gold coin, jar of gold coins in 1937 on the same property that we owned, So, but because my family had lots of land in the South and in Maryland, but over the years, as things happen and economies, they sell off their land and things like that, and that's essentially what happened to all our land and things that we own throughout. Because my family on my father's side, they settled here in America, like when Maryland was a colony. They actually settled the colony of Maryland in 1634. They were here before it was officially a colony. They came over on the boat. So we're talking old, very old history. So that's what makes it so. The whole story is so interesting.
That is interesting. That is very interesting because, like I was telling you, that even though Tessa said Civil War, but I'm actually getting like a gold mine. Like there's underground gold, maybe something like a underground tunnel, and there's going to be a lot of gold under there. So you might want to look at that because I'm being told that this is a very long strip and it's underground. There's going to be like a hole, and when you dig, you're going to see like steps, like underground steps. And then you're going to see like almost like a cave. And it's going to have like maybe like almost like kind of like where you're going to see like, I forget what you call those things. I can't think of it right now. It's like something doesn't want me to say, but it's almost like it's got wheels. Like back in the old days, whenever people would dig, they would have slaves digging under there and they would find all this gold and they would put it in this thing and they would roll it. And it's almost like a trail. It's almost like a track. And they move it back and forth, and the further they go, the more gold they found.
I wish I could read it right from my family history. If I don't have it in front of me.
Well,
in the research my uncle did. What's that?
Then look it up because I'm being told you're going to find a lot more than what you're asking for.
Yeah, because like I said, nobody knows how much, and the only one that could confirm the existence of it was my grandfather, and he told me, he's like, there's a whole jar of it, and Granny was all surprised, and we were happy because that paid our rent, and that got us through the Depression. They found it while they were picking cotton and digging and doing all that stuff, planting in the fields.
Well, I'm being told that you're gonna find it.
Nikki said, watch out for shafts, and she said that's a direct quote from Spirit, and Robert followed up with minecart is what you were trying to think of.
Yeah, that's what it was. Oh, and tell her what, while she's in the chat, tell her, does she remember that dream I had about something, and we'll talk about that later. This is so weird. It's just, oh my God, I'm actually even getting validation for myself. It's actually very creepy, but... yeah.
I don't know how I can afford even an expedition like that. I'm out west, and Kentucky's kind of over 1,000 miles from here. But if I ever get around that area, I'll definitely go poking around.
Yeah, Nikki said also, do not go in the shaft alone.
And another team. You know what you can do? I got a good one. Get yourself one of those metal detectors because you're gonna need it. And then when it starts going beep 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 beep, you're gonna find a lot. Right. You're gonna find a lot of maybe like rings or a lot of weird things. So keep a lookout for that.
All right. Well, thank you for your time and the reading.
You're welcome.
Thanks for calling in, Jason.
Oh my
You're
God!
welcome.
Wow. Oh my God, I'm getting chills. I don't know about Nikki, but if she's thinking about my last post I didn't post it because I don't discuss things like that. Oh my God, Tessa, after the show, I got so much to tell you. Oh my God, I'm so anxious now.
And it's cool because Jason will be in there with us, so you can iterate a little bit more about these different visions and stuff that you've been having.
Oh my God, you just don't even know.
Yeah, I'm sure he's, if he does go out there, he'll not only find some coins or rings or whatnot that you're talking about, but some perhaps old horseshoes, old nails, different things like that. But yeah,
Yeah.
A lot to talk about, Nikki said, and she laughed behind that.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Wow.
That was an awesome call. That was very interesting.
I know, it got me thinking too, because I told him, I said a stream of water, and then he's like, yeah, it was a park. And usually back in the old days, before people, the economy starts building all these businesses, some of the stuff, has buildings and it's got history on the property. So I'm pretty sure that even though it might be like a local business, but I'm being told that the people in that building have a lot of activity, because a lot of stuff on the ground, when they when they put the foundation, they didn't look up the research of where they put it, and I'm seeing that a lot of spirits are coming through, because usually a stream of water, a lot of spirits come through, a lot. So yeah, that's interesting though. But thanks for calling. Wow.
Sorry, I was muted. We got to go to break, you guys. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after these messages.
Come get spooked at the 4th Annual Forest Moon Paracon in Cedar-Woolley, Washington, Saturday, September 28th. UFOs, ghosts, aliens, Bigfoot. Speakers include Mike Morin and Jason Jordan, R. Keith Andrews, and Dave Scott from Spaced Out Radio, and so much more. There will be workshops and a VIP roundtable. Get early bird tickets now at fmparacon.com.
Coming up this September 21st and 22nd, all UFO eyes will be focused on Toronto for the 4th Annual Alien Cosmic Expo. Come listen to some of the biggest names and experiencers in ufology: Travis Walton, Paul Hellyer, Richard Dolan, Paula Harris, Grant Cameron, Randy Kramer, and Spaced Out Radio's own Dave Scott. Tickets are on sale now at aliencosmicexpo.com.
Heading to Vancouver and looking for a night on the town? The Moose Vancouver is the bar that never stops rocking until 2 a.m. every night. The Moose has great food with everything on the menu from $6.95 to $8.95. Fantastic, vibrant staff and rock and roll that will bring you back to when the music was real, the hair was long, and the guitars were rockin'. Get your party on at the Moose Vancouver, the official party bar of Spaced Out Radio.
Get your horns up with me on Spaced Out Radio. This is Ron Bumblefoot THAL. Come tune in to SOR, where you can hear me rock out with Little Brother is Watching, the official theme song of Spaced Out Radio. And then come on over to bumblefoot.com, where you can find out about my tour schedule, my music, and everything else. Bumblefoot.com keeps you up to date on what I'm doing and the best way to stay in touch with my music and music camps. Sign up for my newsletter at bumblefoot.com, and remember, Little Brother is watching.
Come get spooked at the 4th Annual Forest Moon Paracon in Cedar-Woolley, Washington, Saturday, September 28th. UFOs, ghosts, aliens, Bigfoot. Speakers include Mike Morin and Jason Jordan, R. Keith Andrews, and Dave Scott from Spaced Out Radio, and so much more. There will be workshops and a VIP roundtable. Get early bird tickets now at fmparacon.com.
You hear footsteps in the empty room above you. A rocking chair begins rocking by itself. Don't be afraid of the things that go bump in the night. Reach for Spirit Storybox, the iPhone app the Huffington Post UK called the only ghost hunting app you will ever need. Spirit Storybox. The spirits are telling their stories. Are you listening?
Hi there, this is Geraldine Orozco from San Francisco's Bay Area Meditation. I invite you to join me the first Tuesday of every month with Dave Scott for Spaced Out Radio's The Spiritual You. In this fast-paced world we live in, it's time for you to take some time for you. We'll cover every possible subject from powerful meditation to healing techniques to your own intuition and spirituality. So come join us for The Spiritual You.
The freedom to post what you want, when you want. That's the social media freedom you need. Social Media Freedom is the free app in your app store. No need to worry about going to jail or being shadow banned any longer. It's the freedom to say what you feel. The freedom to know Big Brother isn't watching. It's the way social media is supposed to be. Social Media Freedom. It's time to set yourself free. Download from your app store today.
Come hang out with Spaced Out Radio, where we own the night. This is Carl. You can follow Dave on Twitter at Spaced Out Radio, and during the show, use the hashtag Spaced Out Radio to chat with us live. On Instagram, at Dave Scott SOR. On Facebook, give our page a like, Spaced Out Radio Show. SOR archives are free on YouTube at Spaced Out Radio. Come join us, or I will come join you. See you at your window.
Are you intrigued by Paranormal Talk Radio? You'll love the new Paranormal Radio app from TalkStream Live. You'll find a great selection of talk shows covering UFOs, ghosts, strange phenomena, and much more. Download the Paranormal Radio app now and start listening to the very best in paranormal talk entertainment, including the network you're listening to right now. The Paranormal Radio app, free in Google Play and the iOS App Store.
We are getting ready to relaunch the SOR Space Travelers Club at spacedoutradio.com. For $5 a month, you can join us for a plethora of features found nowhere else. Hang out in a private chat room during the show and after party. You can check out some exclusive content and a store specifically for you, as well as a private listener forum where you can post your thoughts, stories, and pictures. The SOR Space Travelers Club, coming soon to spacedoutradio.com.
Find your escape where time has no limits. It's about living today and cherishing the heritage of yesterday. A spirit of adventure for what is new, with the nostalgia of the past. Your timepiece is a reflection of who you are. Life surrounded by beauty from the world around us to the soul within. EscapeWatches.com. There is no time like the present to enjoy your escape. Use promo code SMF2017 for your 20% discount today.
Are you interested in advertising on Spaced Out Radio? Head to our website at spacedoutradio.com and click on our advertising tab. There, you will find an assortment of ways you can get your product out there with us, from radio commercials to banners and social media. Have a product you like our hosts to endorse? We can do that too. Visit spacedoutradio.com for more details.
Hi there, this is Dave Scott from Spaced Out Radio, and I want you to come on a nightly journey. Starting at 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern, every Monday through Friday, you can come hang out with me and the other space travelers. We have it all from Carl the Alien bouncing on by to those misfit gnomes causing havoc. It's 3 hours of fun and entertainment on those topics the mainstream really doesn't want to touch. Come get all paranormal with us at spacedoutradio.com, and together, my friends, along with our resident guitar god Bumblefoot, we own the night.
Sit back, relax, grab a drink, and listen closely. Spaced Out Radio continues through the weekend. From the mile-high mountains of Colorado to you listening around the world, this is Spaced Out Weekend with Tessa Nicole Thomas.
Hey guys, welcome back and thanks so much for tuning in tonight. Tonight we are joined by Psychic Chris Garcia. Chris, welcome back and thanks so much for being with us this evening.
And I'm glad to be on. Yeah, I'm having a good time as always.
So unfortunately, we had someone that had to go, but Christopher is back. Christopher, did you want to chime in on the last reading that we did?
I want to give testimony to that.
All right, shoot.
I had, for about 30 years, I had dreams of gold under a house, deep under a basement, like a shaft. And I had creepy feelings about it. and the gold, then there's how the numbers I got with the gold. The gold was bright. It was brightly lit once I got to it. And then the houses is further up, like the further up I went up the house, the more scared I got. And it had like 5 floors, and on the 5th floor, I seen spirits that were so strong that they glowed, and I screamed in my sleep, and nobody heard me. It was like an astral scream. And then I walked down the hallway, went down to the floor I slept in. It was not as bad. It was like this house was so haunted that I had to hide my bed in the room.
Wow. That's just crazy. I mean, I've gotten a lot of weird stuff, and like I don't know. I mean, with the last stuff that I posted on Facebook, the last premonitions I've had, they're just really detailed. And I've just seen so many things. I'm just amazed by the stuff I see. And people have told me, golly, because you're very, but...
It's weird, me, you, and Sleepy had the same dreams. Isn't that possible? That people do that? It's weird that we all three did that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what's even weirder? When you were talking about me, I had dreams of being in Hawaii also, and it was so weird. It was so vivid. I won't mention the name who I was visiting, of course, but it was so vivid.
Yeah, and that's the thing
crazy.
with me. Yeah, and the thing with me is that people that like, you remember everything, and I'm like, yeah, I'm very vivid with stuff that I have found out that some of the stuff I'm actually even seeing. I can actually say there's one thing that I forgot that I was going to tell Nikki, but I forgot, and I know she's listening. That was this one dream. I could not remember, but I had this premonition way before this stuff happened. And one of the premonitions I has to do with what's going on TV, and we'll discuss that later.
I would love to hear this.
Yeah, because this is something that is really disgusting. I was just like, oh my God, it just really made me mad. And I talked to another friend of mine, and she says, Chris, you're seeing something what they're actually doing to these people. And I'm going to give you a little insight about what I'm talking about, okay? I'm not going to go into what I saw, but I'm going to tell you what. Okay, I don't know if y'all watch the news, and this is for everybody, including Tessa, including you, Christopher. There's something on the news that there's these couples. They go to this island somewhere in another part of the world. I don't know where it's at. I can't think of it offhand. I have to probably look it up. Well, these people go on this island, and there was this couple. They went to this island on vacation. They told their mom and dad they were going. So all of a sudden, the daughter died. Okay, the daughter died of flu-like symptoms. Okay, then her husband died like right after, and then there was this other incident, the same island, but another couple, and one of the relatives they found. They got a call from, I guess, somebody that they said that one of their relatives died in the hotel room. And this has been all over. I know where this is. Just don't say it, but it's been all over the news. And when I had this premonition that I forgot that I was going to tell Nikki, I forgot because I told Nikki, I said, there's this other premonition I cannot remember. It's bugging the crap out of me. And I'm like, I don't remember. So then just yesterday or 2 or 3 days ago, I got this premonition again. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. really? I said, after all this time, I forgot. I remembered. And then I told my friend about it. And she goes, have you told your friend that you were on the last radio show? I said, I was going to tell her, but I went blank. I don't remember. And I told her that I remembered 2 or 3 days ago. And she says, well, Chris, you're saying something of what they're doing to these people that are coming with these flu-like symptoms. That premonition I had, they're doing something to these people, which I'm not going to discuss because I'm going to leave the juicy details for the after party.
I have something to add to that, too. That is happening in other places, too. You know, the kiddie jails over in, like, Arizona and California, you know, in baby prisons?
Uh-huh.
The same thing's happening in them, too.
What?
You gotta go online and look up the detention centers on the border.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, as soon as I heard that on the news, I'm like, somebody who works in the kitchen is intentionally poisoning people, is what it seems like to me.
Yep, that's, and I'm gonna, and you know what? You know that you mentioned it, I'm just gonna say it. I had a premonition like that, and I actually saw the person's face. I really did, and he actually gave me a bag with all this weird looking food, and he gave it to me, and he says, "Here, take it." And I hope nobody's. It's hopefully, I'm gonna tell you. Hopefully nobody's eating, but I saw nasty ass little animals on the bottom of the food, and I'm like, oh, this is disgusting premonition. And
rats.
And no, it wasn't rats. It was something that I don't even want to discuss it because it's gross. I
Oh,
get disgusted. And it's like little animals that when you leave the food there, I don't know what they're called, but anyways, I'm not even gonna say it's disgusting. But anyway, he gave me this bag, and first when I looked at it, it was like almost like a see-through bag, and I looked at it, I was like, oh, it looks good. So then when I was about to leave, I backed the back up, and I said, what the hell's all this shit crawling all over it? And I
you can't say that word.
Sorry.
Oh,
sorry. Sorry. But it was just, but anyways, it really gave me this weird stuff, and I'm like, really? I could not believe this, Tessa. It really scared me. And I was like, you gotta be kidding. What is all this nasty stuff under here? So, well, he gave me the bag. I looked across the street and I said, you know what? I'm going to just sit back and hide behind this building. So I looked behind this building. And this lady says, I can hear her screaming like bloody murder, like somebody's killing the crap out of her, right? All of a sudden, these roosters start coming out. Roosters, and just running out of this restaurant, but behind the back kitchen door. And then I can hear her screaming. She says, somebody stole her eggs, and now we're going to be closed down, and this and that. And I'm like across the street, and I'm like, why is she talking about eggs? And then I looked at the stuff on the bag, and I'm like, don't tell me this crap is mixed up with eggs. And then I woke up, and I was like, oh my God. And then when I looked at it, I was thinking somebody's putting stuff in this bag that's given to these people, thinking that the food is good, and they're poisoning them. And you know what, Tessa? You hit it right on the point. That's what I was going to talk about the after party. That's what they're doing. But the only thing is, what's so funny about what you said is that there's no evidence about these people.
There was a couple that went there and actually survived, and when they were tested, there was several different chemicals found in their system.
Are you serious?
Yeah, so they're working on a lawsuit.
Wow.
But thanks so much for calling back in, Christopher, and
I think this is MK Ultra stuff or something different, because this is happening in the baby prisons too.
Yeah.
You know about the baby prisons, right?
Well, you can tell me, like, I've heard about it, but send me the message on Messenger. Or we can talk
join
about
us.
it.
Yeah, join us for the after party and we'll get more into it. But we do
I'll
have
tell
a
you
caller.
guys, and I'll get you off here.
All right, thanks, Christopher.
And I'm sorry.
Thank you so much.
And I'm sorry for saying that word. It just came out of my mouth. I wasn't thinking.
You're human.
I know.
All right, see you in a few minutes.
I'll forgive you this one time. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm sorry, Tessa. I didn't mean. I don't say those words, but it was just like when I said it, I wasn't thinking. I was just like, "What is this crap?" Like, really, that shit. That stuff is disgusting. That's
No worries.
gross.
But we do have a caller from area code 425. Who are we talking to?
You're talking with Robin St. Charles from Washington State.
Hey, Sir Robin.
So, so you remember Elizabeth April?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I spirit guys are telling me that I'll end up meeting her someday, but I want to confirm with you if that is correct. But then I end up getting a feeling that she is a long lost relative that of mine. But I just wanted to confirm with you if that is correct.
Wow. Well, thanks for letting me know that validation, and I appreciate you calling. And I remember your name, but I'm going to ask you, Robin, while you're on the phone. I know we were friends before, and I don't know what's going on with this damn Facebook. I really don't know what's going on, but I'm going to ask you a question. I got a friend request from you, and I accepted. But then when I looked at your Facebook, I was thinking, wasn't I friends with him already? I don't know if anybody else is on the listening to the show. And the question I'm going to ask y'all is this happening to other people where you have friends on Facebook and you added them, and then like somehow their profile disappears, and then they send you a friend request? I want to know, is this happening to everybody else, or is it just happening to me for some reason? And you can answer that question, Robin, but everybody else.
Well, my site got hacked one time.
Oh, so that's why you sent me a friend request. Because when I saw you, I said to myself, I'm already friends with him, so why is he sending me another friend request? Does he have two Facebooks with the same photo, the same picture? I was like, this is weird. But thanks for letting me know, though.
So you were wondering if you will actually meet up with Elizabeth April?
Honestly, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to change the subject, but but I want to say yes, you will probably meet this person soon. You will, and I want to say, go ahead.
But also I would like to know if she's actually is a long-lost relative of mine also.
So you wanted to know about what again? Besides
he
meeting her?
He wants to know if she's a long-lost relative.
That I don't know about.
Honestly, I'm getting like that's a big yes. That might be something that you're going to be very surprised what you find out when you look up into each other. I mean, you both probably like don't even know you're related, but you're going to find out something that you're going to be like, what? Like, you didn't think, but sometimes you find a lost relative in other states that you never knew, and they have total different last names. So, yes, that's a big possibility that you're going to find out that she could be a lost relative. Yes.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome.
Thanks, Sir Robin. It was good to hear from you. Have a good night.
And I'm going to ask you, Tessa, while we're talking about that, does that ever happen to you about Facebook?
Yeah, I had the same thing with Sir Robin, but I noticed that he was missing, so I friended him back. So yeah, different stuff like that has been happening.
That's just weird.
Yeah, Facebook gets crazy sometimes. But we do have a caller from area code 662. Who are we talking to?
It's Alyssa.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hi.
What's up?
I have, I've never called in to one of your shows like this, so for a reading of any sort, I've never had a reading at all, ever. Shocking, I know, but I never have. And so I wanted to, like, I have got, I guess, sort of a crossroads that I've kind of been led to business-wise, and I was just going to see if maybe he could touch in on that or kind of give me any kind of anything, I suppose. Anything would be fabulous.
With the crossroads, you're having to make a big decision. It's almost like you feel like it's good, then you also feel like it's bad. Because usually when you come into a crossroad, that's more like things are good, but then once you hit a crossroad, it's always like a test to testing your faith, and that's what I'm being told to tell you. So whatever you feel in your heart, trust it. Because this could be like a crossroads, and usually when people do come across like a straight line and then they come in crossroads, that means that they come into problems. But with you, it's so weird because I see the opposite with you. I see that it's going to help you with something. It's going to help you grow. So trust what your heart tells you. And if it feels, what was the word I was looking for? See, I just went blank. That if it resonates with you, then it's meant for you to have it with this business. Because I see like ownership with this, and I see leadership, teamwork, and I see a lot of growth. It's going to take a lot of hustling and a lot of obstacles, but I'm being told
I'm down
to tell
with
you,
that. I'm good with that.
And I'm being told to tell you that this is what I got for you. God did not give you something that you can't handle. That's what I'm being told to tell you. God did not hand this to you. You're welcome.
Like, I'm good with the work on either way. I'm so indecisive. And which of course I'm sure Tessa knows that because she's talked with me so much. But I'm a very indecisive person, and I struggle so bad with permanent decisions. And so I didn't know. So, but that helped a little. I mean, because I know very much which one that is leading to when it speaks to certain things. So it resonates with that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's awesome. I've never had a reading. It's really awesome.
Yeah, because I was picking up something, but I don't even know why. Where are you located from? Because I was getting Louisiana energy with you.
I'm located in Mississippi.
Because I was seeing like water, and Louisiana's like or New Orleans for some reason. I'm getting like something.
I got married in New Orleans.
Oh, wow. That's weird because. But I'm gonna tell you what's weird. I know this is. I don't know if this is the crossroads, but I'm getting something to do, and this could be something of a past life regression reading, or maybe something that you did in the past. Is there something to do with? Oh my God, I forget what you call those people. Is there something to do with? And this could be something of the past. So don't think that it could be something. It could be either present, past, future, or it could be all like everything. Well, let me just tell you what I got.
Okay.
I got the word to do something with safekeeper or something to do with keeper. And the thing that I got is I kept hearing cemetery, 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 cemetery. I don't know why. And maybe there could be like...
It was part that what you're getting is part of my spiritual growth path that I went through. That those words and the cemetery, particularly a location where a cemetery, it was all part of my my spiritual growth path. So I mean, it makes sense to me. Very much so. Along with the words of gatekeeper.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I didn't know what the word was because I was saying safekeeper, but I kept getting like different, like keeper, something with keeper. And you know what? I'm going to tell you, even though this is a part of your past, I'm going to tell you what's so weird is that some of that past or some past life regression or whatever you want to call this reading for you, it's following you into this present life. And I feel like you have part ownership of some cemetery or some connection that maybe, yes, it could have, it's guiding you with your spirituality, but it almost seems like you're the type of person that has something to do with some ownership with cemetery, something to do with cemetery. And then it was weird because when I heard cemetery, the first thing that I got was Louisiana and New Orleans.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know why, but that's just something that doesn't make sense with me, but I was meant to tell you.
Well, with the ownership part, I'm not sure about. But now, if you put the cemetery and the words gatekeeper together, those two are tied together eternally for me because of the things that they go with for me as part of a whole different journey that I took for a very long time. But now when it comes to New Orleans and such, that part I really have no idea because I don't have any relatives there or from there. I know. Well, I mean, we're traveling there for work soon, but like other than that and being married there, I don't.
Well, then that means that there's something with New Orleans that you're going to feel connected to. You might not figure it out what it is right now, but it's going to resonate.
Now, I do have past life regression from New Orleans that came up one of the times that I have been there, but it was very vague for me, and it was a spiritual thing for me when it happened because it was the first time I had ever experienced it. I'd heard people talk about it. In the work that I do, I'd heard people speak about past life regression, but I have, like, for example, this is my first reading. I've never even had a reading, much less had someone explain to me or do any sort of past life work with me other than my spiritual stuff. And so when it happened to me on my own, it was very shocking. But there were bits and pieces of past life things that I gathered for myself while I was in New Orleans. It's linked to is something.
That's interesting, but let me know on your feedback on if hopefully we keep in touch or if you find me on Facebook. I would like to keep in touch with you because I think there's a lot more you're going to find out and you're going to be very shocked what you're about to discover.
It won't be too hard. Kate, I think Caden has you on his page. That's my husband. So I think he has you on his page too.
But we'll keep in touch. We'll keep in touch.
For sure.
And I'm glad you guys got to meet. Alyssa's going to be on our show tomorrow night, and I'm so excited.
Me too. Woo-woo. I think, Caden, are you going to call in? Is there somebody waiting, Tessa?
We did have someone, but they dropped off. So if you just wanted to pass
they
the torch.
dropped off. Yeah, I'm just going to hand the phone over so we don't have to call back in. How about that?
All right. That'll work.
Okay, hang on a minute, babe.
That's going to let you... Hello.
Hello, dear.
Hello, Caden. How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you? How are you doing, Chris?
I'm doing fine. How can I help you tonight?
Honestly, I have no idea other than something that I have asked a couple of people and I have yet to get an answer to is part of a past life regression. I don't have any connection with the exception of a list.
The only thing I get with past life regression from you, the only thing is I'm getting like soldier, military, Civil War, or World War II, World War One. And then I get like a lot of, and then for some reason I'm getting the Purple Heart energy to you, almost like a souvenir. Like maybe you saved somebody's life. And then it almost seems like you just have this almost like commanding lieutenant energy to you. So there could have been, you must have been a commander or something of that sort. And that goes along with your personal life too. I feel like you're very, you want things to be nice and tactful. You tell it like it is. You don't sugarcoat anything. Okay. You have a real with personality, but you have a very firm personality, and you don't hold nothing back. And I do feel that somewhere around the line, you're going to find with what I told you, it's going to resonate with something that you're going to discover. And maybe the other people could never give you the answer, but I guess it's just everybody which to their own. But to me, most of the time I do connect with, when I read people. And for some reason, I got all these different things like Soldier, Civil War, World War I, World War II, Purple Heart. And that's very uncommon for it to just be a pattern like that. But I'm being that it's always with you, I'm getting like it's the same thing all the time. Something to do with military, something that's very significant with everything I just said.
When you said Civil War, I totally saw him in a Civil War uniform.
Well, there's your validation too. And it's so funny because we're totally different people, but I guess we're on the same page. But there is something very significant, and you might even find something. Oh, wow. You're probably going to find an old article that's going to go back to maybe the 1800s. So you might need to look, or if anybody's in your family that might be alive within that time frame, you're going to find a lot of interesting things. And it goes back to even your last name and your family heritage. I see a lot of almost like authority energy to him too, almost like police. So maybe there was people that were always in uniform that had to do with the similar energy, but in a different field. So there's something with that. So let me know.
Was that for me? Because our phone hung up, and I just had to call back in.
Yeah, that was for you.
Okay.
Yeah, that was...
I called back in. I heard you talking about the Civil War and the military stuff. I wanted to join in the military when I was younger, but they refused to take me because of the surgery on my knee that I had.
Mm-hmm.
So instead, I ended up going into corrections for quite a few years. So I've always been in corrections when I was old enough.
Wow. That's just amazing.
Now, as far as my family, most of the men on my biological side ended up serving. There's a few on my mom's side that served as well, but for the majority, it's when they went to war, they came right back to farm. That's pretty much what they all did, was farming.
Wow, that is amazing. Wow, that just blows my mind. Well, I can tell you what, that just validates everything I said, because even though the military probably rejected you, but I'm being told that you were meant to either be in the military or something to do with maybe like a law enforcement. And you just said something to do with what was that word you said? Corrections or
corrections?
Or
yeah, I worked.
So,
I was a lieutenant at a prison.
Well, then I'm being told that you're in the right field. If you're feeling like kind of lost, I'm being told that you're in the right field, or whatever your heart tells you that you belong, or whatever you're supposed to be doing, you're in the right place. I don't care what the military says, that even though they rejected you, but they're going to regret it later on because you believe in what you believe in. But I do feel that you're going to be you're either going to get back into corrections or something to do with having some authority.
Yeah. Well, that's funny you said that, because I actually have a job interview for a second job Tuesday that is for a security company.
Well, There you go. Well, then there's a chance that you might have a new opportunity. And I'm going to tell you, regardless of the outcome, which I do feel like you're going to get it, but regardless, don't give up, because I'm being told that you are meant to have a uniform with authority. Okay?
Awesome. Thank you so very much.
You're welcome.
Thanks for calling in, Kaden and Alyssa.
Absolutely. Y'all have a great night.
You too.
Thanks. You too.
All right.
Bye-bye. Yeah, it's funny, like, as soon as you said Civil War, I, in my mind, saw him in a uniform.
Wow. That he actually blew my mind when I was telling him all that. I kept getting Soldier, Civil War, World War II, military, and I'm like, oh my God, why am I getting all this stuff? And then he said corrections, and then he has an interview, and I'm just going to say, hopefully he's still listening. I'm going to pray that you get this job because it's meant for you. Everything I said is meant for him. Everything. So, yeah. I wish you the best on that interview.
He's going to knock it out of the park.
Yep.
And then Trixie reiterated, she's the one that was talking about the bruises on her arms and such. And she said the property is a small wetland, and I've had many encounters with an owl there. Plus, she showers there at night. It is like a home to her, she said. But yeah, that's... Did you get that picture? I sent it to you in Messenger.
Yeah, I got it.
Pretty strange,
wow.
For sure.
I know, right? I know. And it could probably be something that you got that was different from me, but even though we both got something different, I wouldn't dismiss it as that it could be like an abduction also, but it could be something of what I got too. So she needs to get her house checked or whatever she's at, because there's a lot of energy there. A lot.
All right, so I know I was muted last time I said this right before the last break, and I hate when that happens. But for anyone that's listening, the number to call in for your free reading is 1-970-335-9596. That's 1-970-335-9596. And we have about, let's say, 25 or so minutes before the show is over, so make sure you call in with that, with your reading, because Chris is amazing. And I know when we first talked, it was kind of like we were playing phone tag with each other, and I had just started doing this show, and I was talking to Dave, and I was like, how do I know if he should be on the show or not? Like, I know nothing about this guy. And he's like, well, just have him give you a reading. And you were so right on with my reading, and every time I have you on, you just blow my mind. And I'm so blessed and honored to have met you and to have you on my show.
As always, has been, and then we've been like a good connection, because I know you're like my sister from another mother.
Yeah.
So we have a very good connection, and I say that everything's a blessing within itself, and I met a lot of good people and still meeting a lot of good people. So to me, it's like a never-ending blessing for me, and I just thank God for giving me the opportunities that I have and whatever else is coming forth for me, because people have told me there's just so much for me to do, and I'm like, don't even tell me. And then if I even have friends that say, Chris, whoever gets you on the radio better get it, because later on you might not have time to be on the show. But I've told people that even though I might be busy and traveling, I'm still going to make time. I'm going to make time, you know?
Yeah, just when you become, a famous star, don't forget about us little people.
Well, you're not little people, because you might have the radio show, but you're also, an investigator. So I know either somehow we're going to come across each other somewhere. I just feel it, like everyone even Christopher, I feel that we're all going to meet somewhere. I don't know where. And I might even ask somebody to see if, everyone that I've connected to, including you, within the past year, that if we're going to maybe have a psychic paranormal reunion somewhere, we're going to run into each other somewhere unexpected. And I might even ask somebody when I'm ready for that reading, I'm going to ask them, do you see us, all the people that we all talk, do you see us meeting? I personally say yes, but I want to see if they can give me like a month or like a year when that will happen, because I'm even interested in meeting everyone. So I'll let you know if they can give me like a year or a month. So we'll let you know.
For sure. Well, Nikki in the chat room was wondering, Chris, can you do a reading for her friend Amy? So I'm wondering if she just wants a general reading.
Well, she already messaged me with a question.
Okay.
Honestly, with her friend, I was being told that she needs to... Oh my God, that's weird. I don't know what that's about, but I'm being told that she needs to love herself. And that with all the surgeries that she will be fine. I think she's over, even though it's not life-threatening, but I do feel like everything will come out fine. I think she's just like nervous and kind of just thinking, well, should I do this? Should I not do this? And even though I can't afford it, God's gonna put you in the right path, and they're gonna work with you. You're gonna come across the right people, and I do feel that you will come out fine. And then also, you need to love yourself inside and out. So no matter whatever procedures you're going through, if you have somebody that doesn't love you for whatever procedures you have, then they're not for you. If they love you, they're going to accept you no matter what procedures or surgeries you have. So I'm just being told to add that to the reading, that no matter how whatever the outcome is, which I do see is good, but whoever comes in her life, that don't let anything bring you down, because I'm being told that there's going to be some things that are going to try to bring her down, but don't let it. So I just needed to add that to the reading.
Awesome. Well, Guttergawker in the chat room said he had a weird butterfly experience when his dad died. Can you pick up on his online energy and what it meant?
Honestly, I would say, and it's so weird because in my head I seen yellow and a little bit of black, so I'm thinking maybe that was the color of the butterfly, or I'm seeing a lot of yellow. So I'm thinking right when he had passed, he saw this butterfly outside, and it came and it landed on him, and the butterfly just stayed on him for a while until like he almost felt like this butterfly was kind of strange because the timing was odd. But I'm being told that butterfly was telling him that his dad was going through a transformation, and also saying that he loves him and that he's always going to be around him. And as a matter of fact, the butterfly is his totem. So whenever he sees a butterfly, that's his dad nearby.
All right, so we have a call from area code 321. Who are we talking to?
This is Steve. How are you?
Good. How are you, Steve?
How are you tonight?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good because I was just sitting back listening to you. And I'm starting a new venture.
Okay.
And I want to just kind of hear from your perspective how you think that might go. And I'm just going to hang up and listen.
So you're asking me for a reading about like how your adventure is gonna go? Is that what you're asking me? Because I want to make sure.
That's it.
Honestly,
a new business venture.
Oh, a business adventure. I just want to make sure I heard correctly. Okay,
Venture. It could be an adventure, but
honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I see it as going very well. It might seem like you might think it's like the wrong decision. And for some reason, I don't know why, I don't know you, and of course this is the first time I've read you before, but to me, I'm being told that you're like very ambitious, and you usually don't take risk. You're not like a risk taker, but I'm being told within the past few years, you've been very, I don't want to say daring, but I think you've been being more like, you know what, if I don't try it, then how will I know? So I'm being told that you will do it and you will succeed because God did not give you something that you cannot handle. So I'm being told that this is something that it might be a little out of your comfort zone, but I see a lot of progress within the business, and I see a lot of money coming in. And I see just a lot of good things coming. And for some reason, is there like, I'm seeing like crystals, like almost like a metaphysical bookstore. It's going to have a little bit of spirituality in it.
Oh, it has a lot of spirituality.
Well, I actually see a lot of growth in it, and I seem like, and I was going to ask you, are you going to have like people that are going to be working under you, because I'm seeing like readers, like almost like card readers or maybe tarot readers that are going to work there, like work certain shifts. Then I'm also seeing and then I'm seeing like classes where for certain people that you're going to give them an opportunity to say, for mentoring people that are new to the field. And I see a lot of growth, and I'm even, and in my head, I'm seeing like I can see myself walking in the store, and I see like very, very meddling music, like very angelic, more like very calming, to attract customers. And I see a lot of good business for you.
Well, thank you, Chris. I've been enjoying listening to you. I'm going to fall back out and continue to listen. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thanks for calling, Stephen. And someone in the chat room has just recently lost someone, and she's wondering how soon should she wait after a passing before getting a reading. He passed on the 3rd of this month, and his family and friends just celebrated his life today. She said it was so beautiful, touching, and heartfelt, and he is so missed.
Honestly, I mean, usually I guess it's whenever the person's ready to hear what the person's gonna ask. I mean, whatever the reader's gonna say. Like if it's me, she's gonna ask me, then she's got to be ready to hear what he's got to say. Now, if she's still grieving, I would just wait till she grieves and celebrate his rebirth of his, celebrating, a new life. I would give it maybe like another month or so. If she's still hurting and it's like heartache, I would just wait. I don't want to jump into it too soon because he's probably even going through a new transition. So it's going to be new to her, but then I'm being saying it's new to him too. So it's not just her adjusting, it's him adjusting to his new journey. So I would say maybe to wait a while, but if she's ready and she cannot wait and she really wants to know, then tell her she can call me or whoever she wants to get a reading from.
She said she will be on the lookout. So, and we have Chris back every month. If you want to call back next month, that would be awesome. Or we have psychics on quite often. So don't be shy. Once you feel, you're ready, just let us know, and we'll be here for you.
Yep. It's going to be kind of interesting too. And speaking of next month, you got to tell me, what do you think has a Sunday to Saturday? What do you think? Stay with Sunday or go with the Saturday? What do you think?
Oh, I think that's totally up to you. And we can discuss that more after the show. But whatever you feel after having this experience on a Saturday, I think it went really well. And I was pretty pleased by how many callers we had. It seemed like it was back to back to back. And I hate when we lose callers. I know some people are either on their lunch break or doing whatever, and we can't get to them as soon as we'd like to. But always call back.
Honestly, I'm going to tell you the truth. I know we can talk about it after the show, but I wouldn't mind being on the Saturday. I actually like it. I really do. It's more because I think a lot of people, like on Sunday, it was okay, which I still love the Psychic Sundays. But for me, I think for some reason I'm being told that I need to try the Saturdays and try to be just, go from back to forth. But right now I'm being told that this is going to be for me because there's a lot of people that need to listen to not just to me, but to discover the Space Out Radio and your show too. So I'm thinking it's going to benefit both of us. So I'm being told that this would probably be more because more people are probably listening and, in the office or something. So I think this would benefit both of us. So I'm being told that to go with Saturdays.
Doretta came in and she says, "Hello, friend." And she said, she's still seeing red birds in her yard. And then Nikki, she was wanting a reading as well. Go ahead. She was wondering, is there a message from my friend Pat to his family who died 2 weeks ago?
Who is asking the question?
Nikki.
Okay, when did he pass away again?
2 weeks ago.
Yes. Yes. He's around. He's very much around, and I'm being like seeing blue cardinals. I mean red cardinals, and I'm seeing like blue jays when she asked me that question. So I'm seeing a lot of spirituality around the death, and I'm being told that he's around, and I'm being told that everybody in the family, including Nikki, needs to pay attention because he's going to be communicating to deliver different type of messages to make sure that he's okay and for them not to worry so much.
It's so hard losing your loved ones and friends and...
Yeah, it's not easy, and trust me, it's hard. I mean, because even for me, I still have my mom, and I'm blessed. But losing my grandma meant a lot to me too, because she is one of my number one guides. But I know I didn't lose her; it's just a different form. And I do feel that with everything that's going on in my life, I want to say that she's a major impact on it, because I'm pretty sure she sees what's coming for me and I don't. But I do feel like she's a major part in my spiritual path.
And Doretta, I think you guys are friends. And I mentioned this a second ago, but perhaps this pertains to a reading that you had given her before. But she said, I am still seeing red birds in my yard.
Wow. Well, then that's still signs that are around. And
yeah, she said you told her mom is showing her red birds. You knew so much, you have no idea. No one could know. Chris is awesome.
I'll tell her I said thank you if she's listening to me.
I think she
appreciate
is. That's super awesome.
I know.
Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. You go.
Well, I was going to say, with the whole butterfly experience that one of our listeners was having, I've had that with both of my parents, monarch butterfly. So it's pretty cool how our loved ones can come through physically as well as spiritually and in dreams, which seems to be the easiest place for them to come through and communicate.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, because they come in different forms. Different forms. And usually they come through dreams for me, but sometimes I've been seeing like a lot of certain birds, and I'm like, wow, this is weird. And sometimes they won't get that close, but I see them like roaming, flying around. So usually when I do readings, I see certain birds, and I'm like, wow. So it's just very crazy, because I know that eagles are very, very native animals. But then I know that hawks are very native too, and I've been seeing a lot of those. And knowing that I'm very in tune with my native heritage and being Indian, I see them a lot more than I used to. A lot more. So it's just amazing how I see them, even though they might not fly by me, but they see them around, and I pay attention. I'm thinking, this is kind of odd to see hawks more than usual. So that could be something very interesting.
And then Nikki came back after you did that reading for her and said, Blue Jays? Wow, I've seen one recently, and I thought it's so unusual at the time. I think the red cardinal is for his sister and another mutual friend. And she said, wow, Chris, thank you.
I said, anytime.
Anytime, Miss Nikki. So we have a little less than 5 minutes before we go. Is there a message that you feel like our listeners need to hear?
The only thing I can say is just don't give up on your beliefs, your dreams, your goals, your whatever you want to accomplish, like that last caller with his business adventure. Don't give up on your dreams, because me and Tessa are proof of that, Everything finds us. The radio found Tessa, Tessa found me, so it's all connected. We're all connected. So I do feel that whatever you're wanting to achieve, just don't let those inner voices, inner demons get the best of you, because that's just trying to bring you down and lower your spirit. So just keep your spirits up, put God first, and just believe in yourself. And that's the bigger message for tonight's show.
And I'm getting a lot of comments in here from people saying what a good show it is, awesome show, and I always love having you on because, you're such a good energy and you're so good at what you do, and I know you're going to really go far in life, and it'd be cool to be able to turn on the TV and see you, or even just your t-shirt on this show that's coming up. Can you tell us what the show is?
Honestly, I don't know. I know it's going to be on a paranormal show, which I think they're going to be investigating. And then my show's going to be advertised. I just don't know the name because I haven't heard anything, because I know they're going through a lot of stuff too. So, but yeah, but honestly, what you said, Nikki, I won't forget about y'all, because to me, y'all are not little people. To me, y'all are just the best of friends and, the best blessings to me. So I don't see you all as like little people. I see you as the VIP, very important people.
That's awesome, and it'd be awesome if we could meet up someday. And I was just thinking when you were saying that earlier, I have a bus. Maybe I'll just take the bus and we'll pick up people along the way and hit the East Coast or something like that. That'd be super cool.
I know, right? We can all just go on a trip and just go somewhere and see wherever God takes us, Because you never know. You really never do. It's always a never-ending journey. It's always good to learn different things and stuff. Oh, and by the way, too, oh my God, another thing that I forgot to announce besides my t-shirts is that I got another box of cards. Believe this or not, my friend got me another 500 cards. So if anybody wants to hand them out, I have another box to give out. So that's all I gotta say is that I got another box, and I guess those are blessings for doing all the hard work I do, and God is providing for me, and I just thank the Lord for that.
Indeed. And like you were saying earlier, we all have our different gifts, and that's my message is, if you have a gift, don't be afraid of it. Make sure you use it, because we're all here for different reasons, and for the most part, we're here for each other. So make sure you're helping each other out and raising each other up, because it can be a hard world that we're living in. Just be sure to look around and see the small, pretty little things and the beautiful things that are out there, and use those gifts, because you're amazing and you're here for a reason, and you can help people. It's pretty awesome. Nikki said, don't know how, but Spirit says, yes, we meet up. Robert said, you're going to need some water wheels to get over here.
But we never know. We'll probably meet up, and I'm happy to do a show as always. And if everybody wants to contact me, you can contact me at 210-974-3470, or you can find me on Facebook, Chris Psychic Garcia, or email garcia187bluelove@gmail.com.
See what a good psychic he is? I didn't even have to tell him we're at the end of our time. He just did his thing when he was supposed to. But thank you so much again for being my guest tonight, Chris, and for joining us at Spaced Out Radio this evening. It was wonderful having you again on the show this evening.
As always, thank you.
And thank you to everyone in Spaced Out Radio, Facebook, Spreaker, Twitter, Periscope, Paranormal Radio, TalkStream Live, and wherever else you may be listening in the universe tonight. I had a wonderful time this evening, and it was my pleasure, literally and figuratively, and I can't wait to do it again tomorrow night for Psychic Sunday with Miss Alyssa Mask. You guys don't forget, we are all in this together. Together we can make the world a little better, and together, my friends, we own the night. Until next time, nighty-night, love and light to all my space kisses out there. You guys have a wonderful rest of your Saturday or Sunday, and I will see you back here tomorrow night with Alyssa.
Because trust is emperors offering you 7 wonders, promising the deepest thunder. We'll tell you you're the perfect girl.
If you guys would like to join us for the after party, just call us at 1-970-335-9596 or look me up on Skype at Tessa Thomas-Peterson, SON, and we'd love to hang out with you until way too early in the morning. Thanks again for tuning in, you guys. It was wonderful having you with us. And make sure you take care of my ewes.
All this time, it's like a